Uh, Hi. I'm here again. Believe it or not, I'm still alive. I almost didn't believe it myself, but apparently I still exist. From what people have told me, I still exist. So be it. Oh, hey, I didn't actually disable the whole attempted chat thing. Hold on, I need to fix that real quick. There we go. I was seeing if I could get the live stream chat to actually show up on the screen without it looking horrible. And I couldn't, and so I was like, I'm not going to bother with this. And so yeah, I forgot to get rid of that. But okay, now it should be fine. But yes, yeah, I'm still alive, believe it or not. Yes, I've been working on stuff. I don't know how much longer I'm actually going to kind of, or how for how long of a period of time I'm going to be kind of working on streaming stuff again. We'll see. But hi, Avestra, hi, Baggy, long time no see. Super Zero, yep, how's it going? It feels so good having me back after that Golden Trophy Challenge. That Golden Trophy Challenge was quite some time ago, but I'm happy to be back. I don't know what else to say to that. But yeah. So if people are curious, I mean, I can answer some questions about some of the stuff that I've been up to. For those that aren't in my Discord, I mean, you haven't heard anything of me for like pretty much anything since I posted that last video. So sorry about that. I kind of forget that I need to be active on other locations to let people know I'm still alive. But yeah, I've been posting some sneak peeks and whatnot in my Discord of the stuff I've been up to, which I'm kind of curious to see if anyone has any theories of. But so early and possible, believe it or not. I am capable of being early. Most of the times, just when I like stream with Little J and whatnot, is why I can't be early, and I have to be half an hour late because Little J's half an hour late. But I mostly just kind of set that time just to make sure that I could get everything set up before then. I was like, if I'm early, I'm early. It is what it is. But it's been almost it's been almost a year. It has been almost a year, and that's kind of weird to think about. Yeah, it's been. I think it's actually been over a year since I last streamed. I was looking through the Discord, and the last thing I streamed was the mini golf game, whatever that's called, the Walkabout mini golf. Great, now it's bugging me that I can't remember what it's called. Well, yeah, it's just called Walkabout mini golf. But yeah, that was the last thing I streamed, which is kind of weird to think about, but at some point over the next couple of streams, I would like to get back into some VR stuff. Maybe I'll stream the mini golf again. I'll stream. I'm not going to be doing Rec Room anymore. I've had my share of Rec Room. I think it's officially a dying game. I don't know if I'm ever going to go back to it. If I do, it'll be just as Speedrun Golden Trophy, which even that I don't know if I can get back into. So yeah, Rec Room's not going to be happening again, but I'll probably pick up some of the other VR stuff. I'll stream some Beat Saber at some point next couple of months, but. And Avestra, just for you, I will stream some Ancient Dungeon, okay? I'll stream some gosh darn Ancient Dungeons just for you. You're gonna have to let me know what's a good day and time that I can actually stream, because if I'm streaming Ancient Dungeons, I want you to be able to be there. So wouldn't be the same without you. But just for you, Avestra, I will do that. I will do that. So I know it's a little bit funky. Me streaming a 2D game like this. It's not VR. It's crazy, but I mostly just kind of wanted to dip my toes back into everything. Kind of just get the feel for it again. Get used to having to talk as I as I play a game. And so yeah, so I'm streaming this. But yeah, next couple of streams that I do, I'll actually work on streaming VR stuff again. Because believe it or not, streaming in VR is a lot more work than is just streaming a desktop screen. So I didn't want to, after a year of not doing it, just jump straight back into the deep end and just throw myself into all the tech issues that I'll have. So I was like, I'll take a little bit slower. But hello, Jay, how's it going? Low-key, don't know what happened to Rec Room since your last live. Have you also now played Rec Room, Baggy? We were just, I feel like a big portion of the community just kind of abandoned the game, which yeah, it's for the best, honestly. It was dying out, but we'll see. Maybe they bring it back. Who knows? Ancient Dungeon got a new weapon, so I have actually played. I got actually start the game here at some point, but it's been a year. I've got to catch up with some of you all. Yeah, so Ancient Dungeon, they got the magic, the spell tome weapon, and so I did play once to kind of mess around with it, and I did really enjoy it. So that'll next time I stream it, that's probably what I'll do. Is I'll do the hard mode of the with the tome, because yeah, it was pretty exciting. I liked it. Of course, you're playing Realm. Okay, so I do need to explain this. So Little J is familiar with this game because I've talked about it all the time. But this is a game I've been playing for 9 years on and off at this point. I've got over 2,000 hours logged on it. I really enjoy it. it is a horrible game for 99% of the population. Like, I would say 99.9. It is the best and easiest way to describe it is imagine RuneScape, but it is this art style. You've got your flat 2D 8-bit style, and it's a roguelike bullet hell. That is what this game is. I also don't know if this is going to be visually appealing or not to stream, because there's a lot that happens. Like, you rotate your screen pretty consistently as you're playing. There's 100 things happening on the screen at a given time. So this may be an absolute visual nightmare to watch. I genuinely don't know. I just wanted to play something that I actually enjoyed. So that's why we're doing this. But there's no way that YouTube hid this from me. What? Me? The game? What is? I don't know what YouTube was hiding from you. But I don't actually know how to say that name. I'm just gonna call you Vitality, because that's what my brain went to when you first said something. DinoPie, how's it going? It's been a while, DinoPie. If you make an announcement a day before the stream, that anytime is fine. Okay, all right, I'll do that, Avestra. I'll do that. Now, what do you do in RuneScape? Oh, that's a great question. If you don't know what RuneScape is, that does not explain this game very well. It's a MMORPG, so it's a massively multiplayer game. And there's dungeons that you're doing. You're running around trying to get better gear and make your character more powerful. Yeah. So that's basically what the general gist of the game is. But again, it's a roguelike, so that means that when your character dies, you die for good. The area that I'm currently in right here, this is the vault. This is one of the very few spots that things actually carry over. So like, these are the items that I've gotten on different characters. So you can actually store them here. You can keep them safe and then still paint a guy. The pet is the other thing that travels across characters. Everything else does not. So anything that's on the character itself, all of its statistics, all of it goes away when you die. So you can have multiple character slots. I've got a few. So we're gonna be making a new character. We're gonna be starting from scratch. So if people don't know the game and actually are interested in learning about it, you can actually kind of take the beginner steps with me. This is a free game, by the way. So if you want to play it, you want to come along, you are more than welcome to. But again, I'm warning you, this is a horrible, miserable game for 99.9% of the population. I would not recommend it. It's 80 and X. You forgot you changed your username. It's 80 and X. Dude, we got the whole gang here. We got Little J, we got G, we got Baggy, Avestra, and 80 and X. Those are like the 5 key people. Wow, and all of you returned after a year of me being gone. That touches my heart. That touches my heart. Hi, G. How's it going? I also forgot to say hi to you. But I did try getting Little J into the game. I've tried to get all of my friends into this game, and nobody has taken the bait. Absolutely nobody. So yeah, it's great. All right, I'm actually gonna start playing. If people are actually interested in learning about the game, let me know. I'll kind of explain things and I'll answer questions as we're going. But otherwise, just be along for the ride, because there's a lot that's going to be happening. I'm going to be playing a sorcerer. So I'm going to be doing what is called a PPE. So a PPE stands for Pro Player Experience or Pet Player Experience. Basically what it means is I can only use items that I get on this character. So I cannot use my other more powerful characters to better this character. I can only use this character to power this, actually level up this character. So that's basically what that means. I am going to be enabling Crucible. I don't accept not enabling Crucible anymore. It's the only right way to play the game. This is a brand new realm, of course. Does it have Steam achievements? It does have Steam achievements, but they have been broken for a couple of years, and it makes me really mad because I have been 2 achievements away for like 4 years at this point. And I'm kind of pissed because I would have gotten those 2 achievements if they actually worked, but they don't. So yeah, I know it's a funny name, Baggy, but you know, we're all we're all mature here. Let's keep our heads about us. But yes, it's called a PPE. Haha! Everyone laugh now. You know, get the giggles out of your system, and then we can be mature after that. Now, one of the other experiences that you can do is you can do UPE, which is I guess it's untiered player experience, which means you can only use like special items. Which, gosh, that is an absolutely miserable way to play the game. I despise that. And then you have the NPE, which is new player experience or no pet experience. That is basically very new account type experience where you don't have a pet with you, because a pet does actually do wonders for people. But yeah. You could just cheat the achievements in. I am aware of that, but I refuse to. Out of principle, I refuse to. Because if I'm gonna cheat those achievements in, even though like I've gotten them technically, but Steam just hasn't given them to me. even that, I'm just like out of principle. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna stop me from doing the other games where I haven't legitimately gotten the achievements. But good one, mature. All right, everyone here is mature except for Little J. We can exclude him from that. But also Baggage said he's also nowhere near mature. All right, well, okay, you all can laugh and giggle about it. I'll be over here pretending to be mature at least. So this is a dungeon. So basically this is one of the easiest in the game. The chance of me dying here is almost non-existent. But these are the dungeons. So you come in, you have to clear through different rooms, kill all the enemies along the way. If you want, you can just rush past everything. And then there's the boss at the end. This is the hive, so this has the queen bee here at the end. You kill the boss, you get loot. Depending on the difficulty of the dungeon, you can get different levels of loot. Who could have guessed? That's how most video games work. That's how this one works. Crazy. The class that I am playing basically means that you can see I've got a single shot that goes straight out and away from me, not very high damage, and then my ability is basically it's a chain lightning, which goes between, holy cow, a divine T7 leather armor. Too bad I can't use that. Lets it just chain between enemies if they're close enough. But you think, okay, G, you are at least more mature than several of the other people here. Would I classify you as mature? Probably not, but more mature than Little J. So take that as you will. But E-Man has too much pride to take it that way. All right, gee, thanks. I appreciate that, Little J. It's so kind of you. But, so for those who are not in the Discord or have not been keeping up the Discord, some of the sneak peeks of the project that I've been teasing at, it's a whole lot of 3D modeling. Is basically what I've been doing. And I don't have a timeline of when it's going to be able to actually be anywhere close to completion. My current estimate is I think in 6 months I can release the trailer for it, which the trailer will means I'm like a fourth of the way through the project. So it might take me 2 years. I don't know. But it's basically, it's a really big undertaking that I'm having to learn a lot of new skills for. A lot of new skills that are going to become irrelevant in 3-4 years time with AI, but I'm okay with it because I'm enjoying it and it's something that I've wanted to do for a while. So that is what I've been working on. I've been working on a whole lot of 3D modeling stuff. So you are more than welcome to guess and theorize of what you think it would be for. But I will tell you it's been a process and a half. Loki forgot about the Discord. I not much happens in there anymore, but every once in a while I do post a little bit of a sneak peek. There was I don't remember their username was, but somebody I know of somebody on Avestra was getting into a debate. Oh, this is a horrible robe, but it's shiny and it's legendary. All right, hold on. I'll explain what that means in just a second. But yeah, every once in a while I'll post some stuff in there. Actually, I meant to post something in there last night, but I forgot. I ended up just sending it to one of my friends. I was proud of what I made. I made a ceiling fan. And I was like, oh, it's so cool. So I sent the picture of it to my friend, and I forgot to post it in the Discord. But yeah, whole lot of different stuff. So this thing that I just got, different items that you can get. There are different requirements if you have to be certain classes to be able to equip certain items. The class that I'm playing uses a wand, a scepter, robes, and then any class can use all the rings. And so this robe that I just got is a special drop. It is a horrible drop, but any of the special drops have a chance of being shiny if you're a seasonal character, which I am a seasonal character. It's a 1 in 10 chance, I think. If I'm remembering correctly. I have not done Pirate Cave yet. So it's basically, it's just shiny. That's the only thing about it. You then have the enchantment. So you can see it's purple and it's got the 3 dots. That means it is legendary. It goes up to divine. Each of the enchantments, the higher level of enchantments you have, basically the more enchantments that you can have on it, which you can see the 3 listed right there. I'm getting the dexterity mana bonus, vampiric life force, and an on-hit heal 4, which is honestly not that bad of enchantments. I mean, this robe gives 0 defense, which is why it's normally horrible, but you know what? I'll take it. Why not? We'll mess with it for a bit. But also, like I said, I've been playing this game for 9 years. I have not had the music on for probably the last 5 years. And they've redone a lot of the music since then, so it's very interesting having actually hearing the music playing and going in the dungeons and having the freaking pirate theme going along. But Baggy, I'll send my audience of children to go wow nice and leave seeing your trailer in 2 years. Perfect, Baggy. Well, again, hopefully the trailer will be out in 6 months, but yeah, project will probably be 2 years, but who knows? I mean, again, there's a lot of learning that's going into it, so it might very well be the first fourth of it's going to take the most amount of time because I have to learn everything. I'm also forcing myself to do every single little thing, so that way I'm actually truly learning everything, and I'm not taking shortcuts. Once I get further into it, I'm going to let myself start taking shortcuts because I know how to do it. It's kind of like when, you know, if you're learning math and you need to like learn the formula and actually how to do it, and then once you know how to do it, then just freaking use a calculator. That's basically what I'm doing. That is the idea behind it. That is a T6 robe. I need to check. Is it 8 defense? No, I'll stick with this. I want my shiny. Okay, so basically, right now, minor delay. Baggy, I was horrible before at actually keeping up with the reading chat. I haven't done this for a year. I'm going to be even worse at it than I was before, alright? I'm sorry. Ooh, snake bit. I completely lost my train of thought. I don't know what I was talking about. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So, basically, the progression of this game is there's a lot of progression in the first 15 minutes that you create a character. It's the second divine item that I've got. I should have been playing freaking a bow class, because then I could have the leather armor divine and a divine bow. I forgot, I lost my train of thought again. So you get to level 20 to begin with. Once you get to level 20, the only way that you can then make yourself better is by getting gear or by drinking stat potions. Stat potions, you need like 20 of each before you then max out all of the stats. So this is a slightly harder dungeon from what I've been doing. This actually drops a speed potion so that so if I beat the boss, which I'm hoping I will, I don't think I'm that bad. But if I beat the boss, I get a speed potion, which then permanently increases my speed stat for basically my character for the rest of time. So, again, I'm not going to be explaining too much about this game, but for some core mechanics of how things function, I will explain it. But you have to leave right now when E-Man finally comes back. Well, good news, ADNX, the VOD will be up if you want to come back and check it back out. But again, I don't know how exciting this stream is going to be. I'm only here to refamiliarize myself with all of this. So, honestly, this might, of all the streams to miss, this might be one of the best. Who knows? I've been playing a fair amount of Beat Saber recently. So once I get back into, once I start streaming VR, I'll do Beat Saber. Which I don't want to say I've been going crazy, but just saying, I've been going pretty ham. I don't know if I'm honestly that much better than I was before, but it feels like I'm a lot better. I think the main thing is it's getting memory loss. Yes, I am. I would have thought that was evident, like 2 years ago, but I'm glad you're coming to this realization now. Good. That is a T5 wand. I do actually want that. Ooh, fire rate. Oh, increases fire rate, decreases damage by 5%. Whatever. Train of thought. It left station. Hold on. It is redocking at the station. Passengers are disembarking. I don't recognize any of the passengers, though. What was I talking about? Oh, Beat Saber. So I think the main thing with Beat Saber is I still have a hard time doing the like harder difficulty songs, the ones that, have a posted notes per second of like 7 or higher. But I can do songs that have like 5 notes per second at 50% faster, which is what, 8.5 notes per second? Or 7.5? I can do math, 7.5. So I don't know if it's just the way that the difficulties are designed, or if it's just the way that I like the patterns that I'm good at recognizing and hitting. But so yeah, I can do easier songs faster, but I can't do the hard songs at the normal pace. But I've been working on Luster is the most recent one that I've been working on, which I'm close. I'm gonna say I'm really close to getting it, but this is very exciting. I don't believe you, guys. Your series of emotes that follow that is causes me to doubt. Yeah, no one's forcing you to be here. This is just me refamiliarizing myself. This is to get me re-comfortable with everything. You do not have to be here. No, and I am not holding you at gunpoint. You are free to leave. Actually, no, just kidding. I hired so many hitmen. I've got everyone that is here. There is a man stationed outside of your window right now. Don't look now. Don't look now, because they'll duck out of you since I said something. But yeah, there is a laser train on the back of your head. So don't leave. Don't leave. Wouldn't be good. All right, I'll see you, Eddie, next. You go live a fruitful life that is hopefully more exciting than me killing a whole bunch of snakes. I gotta get like an actual decent weapon before I can start getting going for these stat pots. Gun where? Don't worry about it, Avestra. Don't worry about it. There is nothing to be afraid of. Just don't close the tab. Just keep the tab open. That's all you need to do. No, Baggy. You were my hostage. You were my hostage, and you may not leave. You know, it's also there's also a contract that you agreed to when you opened up the stream that you actually need to download this game, and then you need to come play it with me, so that it can help level me up a little bit faster. All right, so I hit level 20, so now all of the easy improvements are out of the way. Now I need to work on getting all of the stat potions. So I need to get 15 attack potions, 15 defense, 12 speed, 18 dexterity, 20 vitality, 18 wisdom, and then 25 life and 24 mana. Best thing that I can do at this point is I can just try and get a slightly better wand and scepter, but I would like to start getting some stat pots out of the way if I can in the meantime. So, you know what? Let's just go good old classic as you can possibly go. We are going to go on that Sprite World grind. We are going to go for it. Sprite World is one of the most basic dungeons in the game. It's also incredibly easy. But this game also has a massive learning curve to it. Sprite World. I was playing this game with a buddy. Ooh, music. Oh. I've never actually heard this the revamped Sprite World music. This is good. I could actually play with music on more often. I was just turning on like my own playlist, but you know, game design, they have music built in the game for a reason, believe it or not. Yeah, so I was playing with my buddy last night, and we were going over some of the old statistics of like some of the really old characters that we had and whatnot. So he's been playing the game for just shy of 11 years. So for about 2 years longer than I have. Oh yeah, that's what we're here for. P7 wand. Slightly better. Train of thought, dude. This is what I need to work on. I need to work on having a thought and then continuing that thought all the way until its completion before I sidetrack myself. But also, to answer your question, or to answer what you said, Baggy, I used to run this game on Windows XP, so you can run this game, trust me. But I mean, to be fair, you said a RuneScape, not Realm. But what was I talking about? Yeah, compared character stats. Yeah, so there is a third-party application that you can use called Realm Eye, which will track all of the different characters and all the different things that you've done throughout your account. So it's kind of a really cool way that you can go back and you can look at everything that you've done. So he's been playing for 2 years longer than me. He has had over 2,000 characters that has died in that time. I've had, I think it was like 700 or something like that I've had. But just to put it in reference of how difficult this game is to get into, which is why it's such a huge turnoff for like anyone new to play this game, and why I almost never recommend people to try it unless I want to, force them into some torture. But yeah, the learning curve to it is so steep. The first, I think it was like the first 4 or 5 characters that I had didn't make it past level 1. And then I think it took me 100 characters to get my first 1/8. So 1-8 means that you maxed one of your 8 stats. So like with doing the Sprite Worlds, you get the Dexterity Potions, which is increasing your Dexterity statistics. So I need to do 16, or I need to drink 16 more Dexterity slots, or potions, before I become 1-8. So yeah, it took me over 100 characters to get to 1-8 for the first time. Granted, that was also way back when the game was a little bit harder, and it was a lot harder to get pots too, so it took you a lot longer, but yeah, a little bit different now. We'll see. I don't know why I said we'll see. That does not apply to what I just said, because I was looking over at Baggy, and I got distracted with what Baggy said. Your computer's running off of hopes and dreams. You know what? Oh, you left. Would you rather have a computer that runs off of hopes and dreams or a potato? Which one of those is the better option? That is the true question. Something else I'm also just now remembering is I did actually want to work on completing out some of these early missions, because I wanted to start work on, later on, I wanted the chance to actually start working on a lot of the harder missions. So I need to get these easy ones out of the way to actually unlock those harder ones. So I'm going to actually... I think I'm going to, first, as I'm getting some basic gear, I'm going to work on doing some of those easier dungeons. This is still the better realm. Okay. Insane debate questions. See, these are the kind of questions that keep me up at night. Potato computer or hopes and dreams computer? What is the first one I need to do? 1,000 Treasures, Cursed Library, Ancient Ruins. Let's do Ancient Ruins. If I remember correctly, I think Shipwreck Forest is the best spot for it, which... There is no Shipwreck Forest beacon. I think there's a shipwreck up of here. This might be Arisen Hell. I don't actually remember. Oh no, it could be neither of those, and it could be scary. What is that one called? No, it's not the Floral Escape. What is Carnivorous? That's what it's called. Yeah, I don't want to go in the Carnivorous. I'm just gonna do the Sprite World. So where is the Shipwreck Cove? There's almost no reason I ever go to the Shipwreck Cove. Probably should actually learn where it is, though. Realm is also one of the few games that I have played that I have been on... I think that the developers have done a good job of over the years, of like making the game still feel like the game while still enhancing it at every turn. I know I've talked about this a couple times on some of the other streams that I did, but way back when. But like with Rec Room and Minecraft and a lot of the developers of those types of games, I'm just not a fan of a lot of the stuff that they've done. And it just, the games no longer feel like the core games anymore. The two games, oh, this is an Avatar. I don't want to be here. I wanted easy pots. I don't want to fight an Avatar. Oh, hey, free pot. The only games that I've like that have been with the developers with the entire time, like on their side, is Terraria. They have done a phenomenal job at making sure that game still feels like the core game. And then Realm. Realm is the only other one. Every other game is just like, oh, here's the shipwreck. Every other game is just like, you did such a horrible job. It no longer feels like the game anymore. It feels like you have tried to follow what you all wanted to do. You did not listen to the player base. You did not listen to what actually needs to happen to your game. And you just saw dollar signs and was like, oh, this is where we're going. This is... I'm going to Gab, 3 attack, bonus 630, which is going to be none. I'm just going to stick with this. No, hey, this is actually another thing that I needed. So yeah, Realm, there's been a handful of things over the years that Realm has done where I'm like, I don't know if that was a great decision. Or like, that was very money greedy. Most of the time, they're pretty good. But does this Realm of the Pooh Glorb cost money? No, to answer your question, Baggy, Realm of the Mad God, it does not cost any money. Realm of the Mad God is a free game. That being said, because it's a free game, you can spend money on it if you wanted to. Back in my day, you kind of needed to spend like $10, $15 just to get character slots so that you could have more than one character alive at a time. Now there's so many free ways that you can do it. You could very easily pay this or play this game without spending a cent, and you could have a very enjoyable experience. Once you're at the point where I'm at, where like you have plenty of vault spaces and character slots, the only things that you could spend money on is ease of dungeon access, basically. That and vanity stuff. That is pretty much the only things that you can get by spending money on this game. So the ease of dungeon access, you can buy keys to the dungeon, which opens up a direct access to it, so you don't have to go looking for the entrance to it. And there are servers and events that people will do. Another divine item, goodness. That people do that you can join, so you can basically take advantage of the fact that other people are spending money on the game, and you can get the dungeon access from that. So yeah, and then all the visual stuff like the skins and yeah, you don't need you'll be perfectly fine with that. So yeah, anyways, game really good for the fact that it is not pay to win in the slightest. It is time and hard work and skill that is the only way to actually progress in this game. Any person you see that actually has a pretty far account or has some crazy items, you know for a fact they did not just take out their mom's credit card and get it, but it took a lot of work to get that. Maybe they just also got stupid lucky. It's also always a possibility. But you love Terraria, the single playthrough that you did? I was going through and I was playing doing a Calamity mod playthrough of Terraria again. I was doing Zenith Death Mode, which basically what that means is I turned the base game difficulty up to the highest it could possibly go, and then I turned the mod up difficulty as high as it could go. And I was really enjoying it. It was incredibly difficult. But what I liked about it was the fact that I'm also gonna drop this shiny. It's a garbage item. I really liked it because some of the bosses you had to be very intentional about of what you were doing. Of like it would take anywhere from 20 to 100 attempts just to actually finally do it. And the other ones, you had to get really, really creative with and learn how to be able to cheese it. But I got to the point where, and for those that are familiar with Terraria, I got most of the way through the vanilla game, which is like maybe halfway through the modded version of it. So I had killed Plantera, but Golem was way too hard for me to kill. And so I was able to cheese a few things where I could fight the I can't remember what the name of that modded boss is. The Ravager, I'm pretty sure is what it is. Which basically he can just let you skip a whole bunch of bosses if you kill him. Oh my gosh, a T11 wand. That is rather nice of you. I still need to look for ancient ruins. And so yeah, I was able to skip a whole bunch of stuff, and even though I had gear that was significantly further past the dungeons that the bosses I was on, I still couldn't kill them. I tried every cheese I possibly could. I literally threw my head at every one of those bosses hundreds and hundreds, okay, maybe not dozens and dozens of times, and could not actually beat them. So I finally got to the point where I was able to cheese it, where I could fight the lunatic cultists, because I was like, if I can do the cultists, I would then be able to, words are hard. I could then do the pillars, and if I could do the pillars, I could get the fragments, and the fragments would let me get some really, really good gear that would be way past everything. And then I also didn't know how much Calamity changed Moonlord. I was like, maybe I could actually do Moonlord, which if I could do that and get Luminite bars, oh my gosh, that would help so much. But nonetheless, the lunatic cultists were impossible. They were literally impossible. The only way I found it to be even remotely possible is I needed to have the most insane movement speed I could possibly have. And so that's exactly what I did. I got every single movement-based item that I could. I enchanted got every single modifier I could for max movement speed. I min-maxed my arena to get as much movement speed as I could. I did a lot just to make sure I was as fast as possible. I still couldn't outrun the freaking boss's shots. Like, and I'm sitting there and I'm trying to, like, loop around it. Oh, this is kind of scary. I'm sitting there trying to loop around the shot so that I can actually survive, and I genuinely... I'm going to exit out there. But I could not survive more than 45 seconds against him. It was horrendous. So, yeah, once I got to that point, I was like, all right, I'm going to... I think I'm going to put this down. Because I was like, my options are either put down the game, basically admit defeat, that difficulty... oh! All right, that was real close. But yeah, so it was admit defeat or turn down the difficulty. And I was like, I am not going to turn down the difficulty. I'm like, I would rather admit defeat and just be a loser than to turn down the difficulty. So yeah, I gave up on my Terraria playthrough because it was all over. You know, see if your computer can survive playing this game. Yeah, this game is so minimal on your PC. I could pull up my task manager. I could see how much it's actually taking in my computer right now. That is actually something that's really nice from, you know, streaming all these VR games and doing things like Skyrim VR, where it's fairly demanding on my computer to be streaming and be playing that. And then I play this game. It's literally graphics could be rendered on a potato. I'm sure my computer is enjoying the break. Something that I thought was really funny was, for those that, know the streaming lore, is my computer just hates me every single time that I try to stream. And I experience tech issues that I don't experience any other time outside of when I'm streaming. And I was setting up OBS before the stream. I was getting everything connected. And before I even started streaming, I was just working on getting the OBS connected to my YouTube account. OBS crashed. I run OBS like all the time, and I never have issues with it crashing. But of course, I go to set up stream stuff, and yep, lo and behold, it crashes. So I thought that was kind of ironic and was on par with how things should be. So I'm weekend. Oh wow, he's already dead. What kind of? Okay, we got it through. Someone else typing that out. Ah, thank you. Free stuff! We got some insane DPS in here. I don't know who has it. Who is it? Must be these necromancers. They just reworked oh hey, that's a white bag. I forgot this is a white bag now. They just reworked the necromancer class literally at the start of this season. And so yeah, I have not tried it yet, but I don't know, I've been seeing a lot of people playing it, and they seem to be doing some crazy damage. So, Necromancer nerfing coming, most likely. We'll see. So this item that I just got, this is a white bag. I don't think it deserves to be a white bag, it's not actually that good. But white bags are the rarest items in the game, and they tend to be the best. But, that being said, this is a leather armor. My armor that I use is robes, so I cannot use that. Which is unfortunate, but if you see down there at the bottom, it says feed power 800. That means I can feed it to my pet to make him more powerful. So I'm gonna hang on to it so I can feed it to him. Oh yeah, I also completely forgot. One of the other things I was gonna do during the stream, because why not? Was I have a whole bunch of basically loot boxes that I can open up. They're not quite loot boxes, but I'll explain once we actually do it. But yeah, I need to remember to do that for the end of the stream. Oh, and the other thing was I was also going to feed my pet a whole bunch, because I have a whole bunch of different items. And now I finally have fame. At the end of last season, I had an assassin, which is another class that I was playing, and he broke my my base fame record. So I have a few characters alive right now that are just over 20k base fame. If I were to put that in reference of hours spent, like maybe 50 to 70, maybe a little bit less than that. But I can't do two things at once. Hold on. Okay. But the assassin that I had, he had a base fame of over 30,000, so quite a bit higher than a lot of other things. So yeah, he was a seasonal character last season, and he died to the Moonlight Village shrine that spawns in the realms, which is kind of embarrassing. I got a little distracted. I backed into right on top of a few things that got insta-popped. Which are whoops-a-daisy. But what that meant was I got almost just shy of 100,000 fame on death from him. Which, fame is basically the currency that you get when your character dies, depending on how good they did. Oh, come on, really? You called it and it didn't even stick around for half a second? And so I had run out of fame, because fame is what you need to be able to feed your pets. So I had a lot of backstock of stuff I was waiting to feed my pets. So I was quite happy when he died. I was like, yes, I can feed things and I can actually free up my vault space. Yeah, that was actually quite exciting. So yeah, now that I have fame, and now that the season's over, I actually need to go, and I need to go feed a whole bunch of stuff. Because, we can see my second legendary pet level up by 2 levels, which is crazy. Yeah, so, okay, so for reference, the pets that you can have in the game, again, I've got this little panda that's following me. So he is legendary. You can get up to divine. Divine is the highest. In order to get a divine, though, I need to fuse my legendary with another legendary that is the same level, which is maxed. To max out a legendary pet, it took me 1,800 hours of playtime. Just about. So granted, again, a lot of that is learning the game, getting better at the game, you know, actually doing dungeons that give better items. Ancient dungeons, or ancient ruins, that's what I was looking for. I lost my train of thought again. I saw an ancient ruins and I got excited. Yeah, so granted, Maximum X legendary pet is not going to take me 800 hours, but it still takes an awfully long time. I was looking at the statistic charts for it, and it's like you need, I think it's like 750,000 feed power, which is crazy. Which again, for reference, this rare item that I got has 800 feed power. So yeah, it takes a while. But it's nice to have things to work towards, even once you max out your character. Which there's Exaltations it's still new to me for the game, but it's been around for 2 or 3 years at this point. Which is kind of the other true end game thing that you can work on, which I did not realize I had literally nothing on Sorcerer. It's a good thing I'm playing Sorcerer, I guess. Gotta get my 5 stars, and I gotta get my exalts going up. Something that's I feel I realized this the other day, and I felt kind of gypped by, was so one of the things that you can have for your account is called your class stars. You get stars by basically just having long-lasting characters that fill up this fame bar. So to get the 15,000 fame, that would be the 5 stars, which is the maximum that you can get on the class. So you have to get the 5 stars on each of the classes, and if you do that, you get to the white star rank, which is the final rank. I'm yellow star rank, which is 1 underneath white star. And so one of the things I kind of just passively work on is trying to get towards the white star. But I've got a fair amount of classes that I still need to get either the 4th or the 5th star on. But Wizard is one of the classes that I don't have 5 stars on. I only have 4. Wizard is like one of my favorite classes. I play it all the time. I absolutely love it. And I saw that. And this entire time I've seen it and I've been like, what? I could have sworn I've had some long-lasting wizards, but evidently not. And I go to look at my Realmai account, and I had a wizard back in 2021 that had 17,000 base fame when he died. Which is higher than 15,000, which means that I should have that final and 5th star on him. But for some reason, the game's like, nope, that wizard didn't count. No, you gotta get a second one up there. So I've had a fair amount of 8/8 wizards that have got to like 8,000, 10,000 base fame, but I always end up just getting too cocky with them and die some stupid deaths. So I'm doing another duo PP with one of my buddies this year where I'm doing a wizard, or this season. So maybe he'll be the one. The last wizard that I had. I need a better ring, sweet goodness. last wizard that I had, I blamed my buddy for with his death, because we went to a dungeon where I was like, I don't really do this dungeon with only 2 people very often. Normally whenever I do this dungeon, I do it in groups. So I'm like, I'm not very familiar with it. But I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And he's like, oh, come on, who can do it? And we go to the second boss, and I'm like, yeah, we're not doing the second boss. So he's like, oh, come on, we gotta do the second boss. And guess who died on the second boss? This guy. So yeah, I blame my buddy for that. He's the reason that wizard did not live to see another day. Why did I teleport here? I need to be one over. But alas, I mean, you gotta have some reason to keep coming back to the game, right? I mean, it's part of the reason why this game is so horrible for the majority of the population. Is people don't like it that when you die, you lose everything. But for some reason, I have always been attracted to those roguelike type games. And this is punishing to much more of an extreme than a lot of games are. Because, you know, you think of games like Ancient Dungeons, where, yeah, it's a roguelike game, but there's a lot that goes in between run to run of the fact that you're unlocking new items that actually carry over from it. And, like, the entire premise of the game is to start over and to do the same thing over and over again. Whereas with this, it's like, the point of it is to basically get a character as far as you can. So, literally, you could stand still for a quarter of a second in this game and instantaneously die. Like, this is one of the most punishing games of all time. Which it forces you to stay present. Like, you can't zone out. Computer surviving? See? Told you, Baggy. Told you. No. Good luck seeing if your character can survive. How many... Did I need 1 or 2 more? I need 2 more ancient runes. Cool. What was the other one? Oh, I unlocked manners. Okay. That'll be the next one I do after ancient runes, probably. Or, better yet, I could just hang along the edge of these 2 biomes and do whichever one I find. I think it's those guys that drop the ancient runes. I don't know. I'm just here to kill things. I'll eventually get more powerful. That happens. I was gonna say something. I don't remember what it was. That seems to be on par. Everything else is going. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. In fact, of like this game forces you to stay present and like be engaged. It's something else that I've come to appreciate about downhill mountain biking. It's something that I haven't done very much, but I've done a little bit of it. And some of my friends that do it a fair amount, one of the things that they constantly talk about that they really enjoy is the fact that you have to be constantly engaged, constantly focusing on what you're doing. As soon as your brain like zones out for a split second or you start thinking about something else, that is when you aren't looking into your berm, into your turn, and you send your bike off of the edge. So it's kind of nice in the fact that it forces you to stay engaged. So same thing for Realm. Forces you to stay present. Otherwise, 50 hours of work are going to disappear by getting sat on by that bookworm when it explodes. I had a character die like that once. I had an archer that had the most insane starting luck I think I had ever seen. I just got him to 8-8. Basically, I just maxed him out of his space statistics. And I came into one of these dungeons looking for the ST set, and I got walked over by one of the bookworms. He exploded, and instantaneous death. What? I was trying to look over to see what Vestra said. Hold on. I need to not die here. Actually, I bet you I could... It's probably safer for me to look over and read that during boss fight than it is for when I'm rushing. Let me teleport. Alright. Which way are you going? Going left or right? Oh, he goes right for once. Alright, if you ignore everything... Wait, if you ignore everything, you leave... Oh, I can't... Okay, I can't do 2 things at once. Never mind. I thought I was running underneath the boss and I was stuck on a wall. I looked over and I got panicked because I was like, where am I? Alright. Rebots. Alright, who else is doing second? Someone else want to rush for that? Alright, this wizard's going to help me go for it. Okay. If you ignore everything you lose when you die, you never lose anything. What's there not to like about that? You're so right. If I just ignore my problems, and I just ignore the fact that, you know, things are sad, and they disappear forever when I have a skill issue, you know, there's no harm, no foul, right? But I think, like I was saying, like the fact that you do lose everything means there's stakes to it. Like that's part of the reason why I play games with such difficulty that I play. It's because I want there to be stakes. I want to feel invested in it. If my character, you know, loses all its health and then I can just go respawn and just like, oh, you died, you know, you lose all your money that you had on you. All right, cool. I can go get that money back fairly easily. But if it's like, oh, you died because you blinked, now you gotta go grind 200 toxic sewers for a murky poison again. True story, by the way. There's a dungeon that drops a poison that I was trying to do on my assassin last season, and it's not supposed to be that rare of an item. But yeah, I did 180 to get my first of the version of that item that I wanted, and it was it was a common. It had no enchantments to it, so I ended up doing like another 50, I think. Yeah, I think I ended like right around 230, and then I got a shiny legendary version, and I was happy with that. Shakes. We're not talking about food, Avestra. We're talking about investment in video games and being emotionally connected to your character. You know what? Now you've got me hungry. I have not eaten much today. I probably should have eaten something else before I started playing. Great, now I'm gonna think of food. Do I want to do a fungal cavern? There could be any point in me doing the fungal cavern. I mean, pots, not really that invested in it. Fair amount of people here, which means hopefully we get a fair amount of people in dungeon. I don't think it drops a scepter, and I don't think it drops a wand either. No, I've got no reason to do a fungal right now. That was 8-8 I do for the exalt, but I'm gonna keep working on missions. I still need 2 more ancient runes. Normally, I feel like I normally get ancient rune drops pretty easily here in the shipwreck code, but really not. Steak with sauce or alone? I'm not much of a sauce person. So I mean, like if I'm eating fries, I don't dip my fries in anything. I just good old plain salted fry. That's how I am. Like if I'm eating chicken nuggets with my fries, I do not dip them in anything. I eat them straight. That's not entirely true. If I'm at Chick-fil-A, I will get the Chick-fil-A sauce, because gosh darn, nothing beats Chick-fil-A sauce in my opinion. So yeah, I am not much of a sauce boy, so I don't really put sauce in anything. Yeah, good seasoning with the steak. That's good enough for me. That is all this man needs to stay alive. I will say, a plain hot dog is the most disgusting thing you can ever eat. A few months back, I got some hot dogs. I made them, and only to realize that I did not have any condiments. I was like, I don't have any ketchup. I don't have any Chick-fil-A sauce. I don't have any mustard. I don't have any relish. I was like, I am forced to eat just a plain old hot dog. I was like, this is gonna be great. And oh my gosh, I would have rather eaten sawdust. Like I was like, this is horrible. So hot dogs very much does need some type of sauce to it. I also was not a huge mayonnaise person before, but now I've started putting mayonnaise on my sandwiches, and ooh, that's a game changer. Mayonnaise on a good old ham sandwich. Oh, very tasty, very tasty. But sauce is nice, but it's not necessary. It can enhance certain things, but yeah, I would say, at least for me, it is definitely not very necessary for the majority of things. But that's just my humble little opinion. I am actually going to do this shit, and see if we can get a couple more people. You don't like your hot dogs with the bun, so just the dog? What? Who hurt you? Who hurt you? You're just eating a meat tube. You're basically eating what I would compare to a tube of Spam. Like a plain hot dog is not that good. It might as well just be just disgusting Spam meat. And you're telling me that if you eat a hot dog, you would rather eat that tube of disgusting meat concoction instead of, you know, having some bread on it. Okay, well, I guess here's the next question. If you're just eating dog, if you are, I'm trying to find a way to ask this question. If you are just going to eat the actual hot dog piece as opposed to the hot dog and the bun, do you put any sauce or anything on it? Like, do you cut up your hot dog and you dip it in ketchup or something? Or do you just eat the plain old hot dog? And be wary of how you answer this question, because I'm going to judge you harshly. That is a very nice robe. Let's go. I spent so long trying to make sure I didn't ask that in a way that was weird. Too much bread? Okay, would you... Now I've got more questions. I've got even more questions. Oh, hi, Ramen. How's it going? Would you do it of, like... Would you take half of a hot dog bun? Like, would you eat it like an open-faced sandwich type thing, where you've got a little bit of bread to it, but it's not too much bread? Would you do that? If you would do that, I would say that's definitely a lot better than just eating the plain old hot dog. I still have not found any more ancient ruins. I keep getting sidetracked by other dungeons. Also, ancient ruins just aren't dropping. I am getting... I guess not. I was saying I'm getting a lot of pots, but no, I'm still a ways away from maxing everything. Whoop. I want to get these gosh darn easy missions done so then I can actually work on doing the harder ones. I am going to add max dexterity without having to step foot in another sprite world. I'm already 6 away. Okay, so first one, you put a hot dog with like ketchup or whatever. Okay, you're not mentally insane. Okay, so you're not just eating the raw, gosh darn it. You're not eating just a plain old hot dog. You're not eating a Spam stick. There you go. That's a good way to put that. Spam stick. I'll take that. All right, sounds good, Ramen. You drive safe, or you tell whoever you're driving with to drive safe. All right. It is a mandatory law by E-Man. I will not let you encounter any misfortunes when driving this day. Another dexterity. How many UDLs do I need? I feel like UDL is the most common dungeon to drop in almost every single realm biome. I don't need 1,000 treasures anymore, do I? No, I didn't. Ow, that hurt. Jesus. Oh, I forgot this, another dexterity. This season's Crucible it does have -5 defense, which is not the nicest, but... Secondly, you don't know. Okay, you should try it. Try it with like eating it like an open-faced sandwich. See if having the less bread is more enjoyable, because I don't know, just dipping a spam stick into ketchup, that sounds absolutely disgusting. I'm also not one to talk. My diet is so horrible, and I eat the most bland things. So I am not one to talk. I should just keep my mouth shut. But hey, Ancient Ruins, we got one. You don't have a license in eating your bun hot dog? Okay, hold on. So you're eating just the bun? So okay, so you and Baggy need to hang out. So Baggy can eat just the spam stick, and then you can eat the bun. That's even weirder. Just the bun, just plain bread. Scooters, I need Eckers. Give me Eckers. That's not an Ecker. Gosh darn you. Man, I read the half of the. Oh my gosh, the second half of that sentence before the first half. E-Man, how does your mayonnaise ham sandwich work? Okay, so if I've got 2 go-to sandwiches. I've got 2 go-tos. First and foremost, if I want just a classic sandwich, I am doing wheat bread. I do not do white bread. I grew up with wheat bread. I didn't like it. I tried white bread. Realized that white bread is really bland, and I actually liked the flavor of wheat bread, so I went back to wheat bread. So wheat bread. I then do like a smoked ham, anything of that sort. I don't like doing a sweet ham. I don't like doing turkey. I'm not a fan of any of that. I like a good old just smoked ham. Could be like lunch meat, could be like actual ham. I don't mind. Either of those is fine in my opinion. And then lettuce, dill pickles, if I can. Pepper jack cheese, and then mayonnaise. Is that it? Yes, I think that's it. That is my go-to ham sandwich. I think that's one of the best ones that you can get. My other sandwich that my go-to isn't technically really a sandwich. It kind of depends on your definition of it. But basically what I do is I don't like doing it on bread. I like doing it on bagels or pretzel buns. Either one of those is really good. But if you do that and then you put ham, pepperoni, and cheese, you could substitute the pepperoni for salami if you wanted to. But then you put that in the oven, or you could do an air fryer, make it a little bit crispier. But definitely not in a microwave. But you put it in the oven for like 6 minutes, and then boom, just like that. So it's an open face sandwich. I'll make anywhere from 2 to 4 of them, depending on how hungry I am. But that has been one of my go-to quote unquote sandwiches for 6-7 years at this point. I've eaten so many of those things. I had that for lunch today. That is what I had for lunch today. So those are my go-tos. But let's talk about bread. It makes you want to eat a single slice of bread. The one thing I will say about wheat bread, or not wheat bread, white bread. White bread is like, you could just go grab a slice and you could just go munch on it. Like that is fine. I would not do that with a slice of wheat bread. Like, wheat bread needs to have other things to go along with it. White bread? Yeah, you could do that. Get some butter, and put a little bit of butter on it, maybe a little bit of garlic salt or something on it. You could eat that right as it is. Toast a little bit if you want to. Don't need to. I will give that to white bread over wheat bread, but for any substance thing, if you're putting other things on it, 100% wheat bread. I don't even care about like any of the health benefits or lack thereof for either type of bread. It's just the taste. Like that's the only thing that I care about. And wheat bread has white bread outclassed. You know what I haven't had in a long time that I should go make? Garlic bread. I wanna go make me some good old garlic bread. Something I have learned is with garlic bread, you butter it beforehand, obviously, but instead of doing just a garlic salt mix, you do garlic salt and then onion powder. Onion powder, I have come to greatly appreciate the versatility of that seasoning. I don't cook. I don't do things very much, but very rarely when I do. Onion powder, such a versatile seasoning. It just helps enhance flavor. It doesn't really have that much on its own, anyways. But good. Garlic bread is so peak, dude. It's phenomenal. It is amazing. Power cave, let's go. Oh, I can't. Oh, power cave. At least the immaturity of whoever here isn't bad enough for everyone freaked out when hearing. Did I say the number 6 and then the number 7? Did I say that? I refuse to. I absolutely refuse to. I never will. The only times I ever do it is on accident. There's been several times at work or in some of the other hobby things that that I do that I've had to say those 2 numbers in sequence, and every time that I've had to, I am very deliberate to make sure I do not just say them back to back, and I put other words in between of it. Very intentional. There we go. That's the last intro rounds that we need. I mean, I know I'm not old, but I'm getting there, and I don't relate with the youths of the world like I used to. I never really did in the first place, but I could at least understand, you know, like the whip and the dab and these other really stupid things. But I did the whole number 6, number 7 thing. it's just, it pisses me off how stupid it is. Like, I know that everyone is just, the brain rot is just getting to people, but sweet goodness, it is just the stupidest thing. I'm gonna stop talking about it, because otherwise I'm genuinely gonna get upset with it, because it does actually make me mad. You said something of 6 to 7 years ago. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll try to be more intentional with my words. Do not let anything slip like that again. Alright, so once I finish up Ancient Ruins, I know Manners was another thing that I need to do, which would probably be the next easiest one. I'm gonna need to check whatever this mission unlocks. Yeah, I'll need to get some of the easier ones done. But, what do you think about chicken sandwiches? Your opinion may change depending on my answer. Your opinion of me, or your opinion of chicken sandwiches? If your opinion of chicken sandwiches is going to change based off what I say, I question where your values are. If your opinion of me is going to change based on my opinion of chicken sandwiches, then I accept that. I have not had very many chicken sandwiches. I've only ever had a handful, and the ones that I've had have been fast food. So, like, I have not made a chicken sandwich before. I would rather have a burger if I'm going to have something along those lines, but I do enjoy the chicken sandwiches. The most recent one I had was, probably 4 or 5 months ago. I think it was from Popeyes, and I did enjoy that. That was actually pretty good. But like, that's full, like, it's deep fried chicken. It's not like you're grilling chicken and then putting on a sandwich, which I know that is fairly different. So from my experience, I would say I do enjoy chicken sandwiches, but I would definitely rather have a few things over it. Like if it's on a fast food menu. But that's also, being said, I almost never eat out. I almost never have burgers. So if I ate out more often, if I had more burgers, then, I probably would want a little bit of variety to it. But your fault, you will never change your opinion on chicken sandwiches. You, on the other hand. All right, good. I'm glad your values are in a healthy spot for you, Vestra. Chicken sandwiches are life. Or maybe you hate them. Maybe you absolutely despise them. Maybe the fact that I said that I like them means that you hate me forever and ever. I'm gonna stream Ancient Dungeons for you, and it's not gonna make up for my opinion of chicken sandwiches. Yeah, screw fast food. Yeah. See, I'm at the point where I'm very money conscious, so I don't eat out because I just don't want to spend the money on it. But it's a nice treat every once in a while. But yeah, I do not. 4 haunted cemeteries? Why so many? Why do I need to do 4 haunted cemeteries? Jeezums, that dungeon takes like 5 minutes to do. Alright, well, I guess next time I'll work on the Puppet and Manor of Immortals. Alright, but we're gonna go to Oryx Castle. Hopefully actually get some Wine Cellar Tops. Which I guess I already have Rogue Wine Cellar Top. Could technically get a better wand. The main thing I want right now is I need a better scepter. But at some point I actually need to work on actually focusing on items, like starting to run Mad Lab so I can get the Fumi and whatnot, but right now I just care about missions, because missions is maxing me out pretty quick anyways. But suddenly you now agree with my opinion? You're Baggy, you need to adjust your values. Do not let some random person on the internet change your opinions and your values. Hold fast to what you know. Also, Baggy, I have not kept up with it like I kind of wanted to. But I know you posted a couple times in my Discord that you've been finding some pretty good success with your Gorilla Tag YouTube channel, right? Is that still going good? You still posting stuff over there? Why buy a $10 burrito if you can have 10 burritos with the same amount instead? See, yeah, I'm like a mix between it, because like I said, I don't really cook, which is kind of the cheapest way that you can do things, is just buying ingredients. I instead buy like a lot of frozen stuff, which is cost-wise is the in-between of of cooking things and eating out. So yeah, I'm kind of the in between. But that being said, yes, Avestra, you were very true. For $10, you can make way more burritos than you can buy burritos fast food. But you could also buy like 4 frozen burritos with that same amount of cash as well. See, I'm money conscious, but I'm also really lazy, which is just a bad combo to have for that. It's going good. You're at 15K. Very nice. Nicely done, nicely done, Becky. I wanted to call you Bradley for some reason. Couldn't tell you why. But yeah, very, very nice. Did you ever make the improperly video that you texted me about whatever a couple months back? I know you were at least had the idea to work on that. Getting recognition in the GTA community, having some of the "it's you" moment by fans. Nice, very, very nice. Yeah, that's definitely a realization moment of like, oh, like there's the people that watch the videos like actually are real people that exist, and I can interact with them inside the game. That's crazy. Everyone that I ever met inside a rec room were basically just the golden trophy nerds like I was. Those were the only people that I really got connected with. Those were my peoples, good peoples. And now I've left them to dust, left them to turn to dust. Honestly, I don't know if I could ever get back into Rec Room. I mean, I have said that before. I understand that I've said that before, but genuinely at this point, I don't know if I can. I mean, last time, the whole point that I really got back into it was just because I started streaming it again. And then I was like, oh, I don't hate this. Well, get back into it. And I was getting back into Golden Trophy speedrunning. But, yeah, now I don't know. Maybe, but probably not. Never thought of any ideas for them? Probably one. Aw, come on, Baggy. You gotta think of something. That is like still my all-time favorite series. I was thinking about again the project of the hints that I have dropped. The project that I'm working on right now is very unlike anything I have done thus far on my YouTube channel. But I think it would be fun because I do enjoy making the Improperly videos. I think it would be fun to do Improperly for a different VR game, like Ancient Dungeon or maybe like even Skyrim VR or something. But I don't know. I'm also not really letting myself think about the next projects because I want to focus on the ones I'm doing right now and not get sidetracked from it and go pick up something else. But I don't know. Every once in a while, my brain wanders over that direction. I'm like, oh, that actually would be kind of fun. Do another Improperly video, like doing an Improperly walkabout mini golf. That would be exciting. T11 one is not better. I need a ring. I only have a T3 ring and a T3 ability. Garbage. All right. Okay, so with the missions that I have, do I want to do Manors or do I want to do Pots first? Both give attack, so it's not like I can do one for the stat pots. Manors does drop a robe. It is better now. I don't know if it's any better. Oh, St. Ambron's wand actually do get buffed, so that actually might be nice to have. I've got T11, it's probably not better than T11. Puppet drops a prism and leather. I think it has a new white bag now. I don't remember what it is. I don't think it matters. I'm just going to go for Manors first, because I think that'll be the fastest one to find. It tends to be easier to find Manors than puppets, but... I got the verification bag in Gorilla Tag. It's called the AA badge, which is tier 1 of 3 levels for content creators. Okay. Very nice. And so long as if it continues to mean something, and they don't do what Twitter did, or sorry, X did. Oh, okay, this is actually Oryx, could you stop chasing me, please? Thank you. And they're like, yeah, you can get the badge by just spending money. I never actually used Twitter, so I did not feel the anger of it. I just heard everyone else get mad about it. But yeah, I'm genuinely glad that's working out for you, that game, that you're finding traction in it. I still have never played Gorilla Tag. So my extent of appreciation can only go as far as the YouTube side of things. I can't really appreciate the Gorilla Tag side of things. But a divine T11 katana, dog. Okay, I'm assuming we're not doing it. We've got 14 people here. But where do you see yourself going in the future, Baggy, for continuing with that? Do you see you still working on just Gorilla Tag? Do you see yourself doing expanding over to other games? What the heck is this? I don't know why I opened the shop. I wasn't even thinking. I think I looked to see if there was a fame box, and I just started scrolling through things. What the actual heck is this? This is a wizard skin. That has to be the most atrocious thing to use. I mean, big skins are already horrible. Absolutely horrible. And there's too much happening with that. Trying to figure out where your hitbox is inside of that? That's horrible. Same with this. This is... Why do they keep making big skins? Dude, I don't know if I have any big skins for Sorcerer. I might. I need to... I do not. Alright, I was gonna say, I was like, can I showcase how miserable it is? You would probably stay loyal to Gorilla Tag and then expand later when there isn't any more Gorilla Tag fans to collect. you're just picking up the fans from the from the game. It's just like, ooh, that one looks kind of cool. I'm gonna take you and I'm gonna add you to my collection. You're like, ooh, that one's a shiny one. I'm gonna take that fan. Or whenever you have an interest for another cool thing. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, you've been playing Gorilla Tag for quite some time at this point, so I'm assuming that you enjoy it. I am looking for manners. I love the idea of just like hand picking fans, of just being like, I want you as part of my fan base. It's funny. Ooh, Hermit God. How much food pots? It's probably one of the ones down there. Somebody else goes down, I'll join, but it is the bats that drop the manners. None of these are the ones that need. Wait, does something in here drop puppets? I don't think so. A little bag of fans. See, every time you produce a video, it's just you going to the gift shop with your little baggie. And you're just filling up your baggie as much as you can. Just getting as many new people as you can to come home with you. That's funny. Alright, I think it was it 2 manners or how many manners? Check. Yes, 2 manners. Alright, that's not too bad. I can do that. Oh, I do need 3 full HP pots. Alright. Do I rush? I'll be fine, right? What's the worst that could happen? Get insta-popped when I get shotgunned by 3 dogs back. Oh, hey. That would never happen. That would never happen. In fact, that can't happen. It's illegal. I wouldn't allow it. Ow. That hurt. Ah, there's a lot. There's so many bats. Oh, Jesus. Excuse me, sirs. I would like my attack potions, please. I don't really want a white bag. I mean, I would only use it for key power. That is a purple bag. With nothing usable. Cool. I still have not gotten a better ring or a better spell. Cool. This is probably not the way to boss. Actually, is it? No, not it. It's not. No tea room. looking in trees and corners for the fans. You're just swinging yourself around all over the map, just looking for the people that are hiding. The better hidden they are, the more they count for. Yeah. There's an alleged fan that is so elusive he's almost impossible to find. But if you find him, that's he's the viral one. You add him to the bag, and and then the video hits viral status. What have, out of curiosity, Baggy, what have you found more success with? Have you found more success with shorts or long form, or I guess longer form videos? And then what of the two do you enjoy doing the most? Because that was something I was thinking about for a while. I was like, I kind of hate making the shorts, but they tend to get decent traction, but the people that watch those don't really translate over to fans. They don't really translate to people that come and hang out and watch the other videos or visit the channel. So it's a weird balancing act. Nothing. I want to do the tune. If there's 2 or more people in there, I'll do it. Let's see if anyone else wants to join them. Anybody? Nope, nobody else? Alright, cool. How many people are in here? Oh, we've got 3. Oh, purple name. It's been a while since I've seen a purple name. Oh, we've got 7. Never mind. We got plenty of people. It's gonna be real dirty, but it'll be fine. I do kind of want to try the new Necromancer rework, especially if it is overpowered. I almost never get to experience the classes before they get reworked. Like when they buffed Archer. Oh no, we're fine. When they buffed Archer, he was crazy overpowered. But I didn't have any live archers at the time, and it wasn't until the day before it got reworked again. It was the time that I was able to actually get a decent archer. Did this person add a sarcophagus? He was. He didn't call it. Dude, we could have helped you. Gosh darn you, dude. Call next time. Oh, did he leave? Oh, he straight up Nexus. What? Oh, wait, no, he's over here now. What? He just disappeared off the minimap and went over to it. Beg, I see that you sent a message. I'll wait until after this dungeon before I read it. It's kind of scary. I don't want to die. Actually, hold on. I might be able to read it. I'll need to rush into the last Sark. Kind of depends on what you're feeling. If you want an easy video to make, or if you don't have too much free time to do the shorts, but you like doing long form content, but you procrastinate them more. Haha! Same these. Where'd our rusher go? Oh, he's AFKing. Okay. Yeah, I feel like the biggest problem that I experience with the long form content, as it's happened to so many videos at this point, is I get the urge to start working on it, and I make some good progress on it, and then I get burned out, and then I start working on other projects where I just put everything down for a little bit. And then I have to basically wait until the passion for that project comes back again before I finally actually start working on it again. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's like one of those things. I've also thought about this. Like if I spent 100% of my free time doing like working on making videos and working on the 3D modeling and everything that I'm doing, would I enjoy that? And the answer that I've come to is no. Not in the slightest. Like the whole reason that I've done the videos that I've done and I've done the live stream that I've done is it's because I enjoy doing it for doing it. I don't want to make it a job. I don't want to make it I don't want to make it something that I feel obligated to do. That's definitely something I've thought about a lot. It's like, make it a hobby, but don't try to turn that hobby into a job. Because that's something, I mean, I've talked about this a lot with a lot of my other friends over the last few years, but it's just like modern society now makes it where you feel pressure to monetize your hobbies and to make them into a job. Like that's like what society wants you to do with all of your hobbies. And it's a lot of it's because of social media. The fact, like, if you enjoy pottery, like, you can enjoy pottery. You can do that. Go, you know, get yourself a wheel, get some clay, work on sculpting some pots and whatever the heck you want to do. And, like, just do that. But for some reason now it's just like, no, you can't just do that. You need to record yourself doing that. You need to post it on, you know, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. And you need to then, you know, sell the stuff that you make on that website. It's like, you can't just do it to enjoy it. And it's, I don't know, it's something that I've thought about a lot. And with just where AI is developing, I'm like, is it worth continuing to do this project or the hobbies and interests that I have, or do I need to change at some point? But AI is a whole nother conversation I could get into right now. Ooh, better rage. But I've had that debate with so many friends recently that I'm not quite burned out of the topic, because I think there's a lot to be said on the topic, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of unknown with it that you can only speculate about. But hey, welcome back, Ramen. How was the rest of the drive? Did your driver make it safe? A T12 dagger. Would really have appreciated. Oh, that's a white bag. That is a divine shiny ring of Geb. That is my first ever divine shiny. I have not gotten a divine shiny before now. Wow. All right then. I mean, this ring sucks, but it's better than a T30 ring of health. Yeah, this is the one that's half MP, half HP. Huh. I forgot. There's actually a scepter I could get from that from Reese. All right. Well, cool. That is, technically speaking, the rarest item I think I've ever gotten in this game. More or less. It is not the rarest item that I have. It is the rarest drop chance that I've got, if that makes any sense, which is interesting. But, all right. Hey, Ghosty, how's it going? It's been a hot second. But hi, how's it going? You're having fun? No, make money. That is exactly what it's all about. Also, how some people have to record everything now. That's another thing. Yeah, like everyone, they have to record and post about everything that they're doing. We are going down a topic of conversation that I could have a oh my gosh, philosophical debate about for the next hour. I don't really want to get into right now, so I'm not going to get too deep into it. But yes, yeah, there are some people that are like, I need to have everyone aware of everything that I'm doing in my life, and people just cannot live in the moment of their life, which is very sad. But something that I think that is really ironic with that is a lot of the things that people film aren't memories. They're just things that they're doing. Like, if you look back at, you know, people who are in their 20s and 30s now, their parents, not all of them, obviously, but a fair amount of them would carrying around like these pretty hefty camcorders and would record and document a lot of the parts of, you know, the childhood of that growing up, because those were the memories that they were trying to make. And it was like, you know, during Christmas they would break it out and, you know, you'd record it during the birthday parties and, you know, all of that stuff. And now that's not what people are recording. People are recording themselves, you know, going to go get ice cream. like it's funny how now that it's become so much easier, people are recording so much more pointless things. I just think it's kind of ironic. Oh no, AI. Baggy, why'd you have to say something about AI? I'm going to go down a rant. This is your fault. Don't leave. I need to do that puppet. Thank you. Okay, AI can be useful. Being used immaturely lately. Too much material to use. Probably gonna have a robot apocalypse. Okay. So, okay, all right. Also, it sounds good, Ghosty. Thanks for swinging by. I'll be streaming a little bit more over the next couple of weeks, so you'll have more chances. But I appreciate you swinging by. Adios, sleep well. Baggy. I really don't want to get into this debate right now, but I'm going to give my summarized 2 cents. Okay. AI is a tool, like everything else, that can be used for good and bad. Ultimately speaking, the amount of overall benefit that is going to come from it is going to be more good than bad. However, the bad applications and the bad parts of it is going to be a lot more prevalent and noticeable. With AI taking over jobs and making a lot of things redundant, there is always going to be an appreciation factor for human-made things. But the generalized market is going to be taken over by AI, and there is going to remain a smaller market that is going to stay available for the human-made things. Basically, hi Iron Mystic, how's it going? The perfect time to join the AI debate. But you have to think about it like the Industrial Revolution, right? There was a lot of things that machines took over that were previously done by human hands. And a lot of jobs became very irrelevant. If you think about things such as my go-to explanation is you have things like carpenters, right? Like a carpenter was, their primary job was making chairs and, other pieces of furniture and whatnot. A lot of that is now done by not automated technically, but machining processes that makes everything so much easier. Before you had, your chisel and your different basic hand woodworking tools that you used, where now you can use a machine to do just about anything that you need to do to that piece of wood. But you can now have machines that also then pretty much see the entire progress from start to finish. And so, yes, the primary market has now been taken away to the machines, but there's still an appreciation and there is still a market for the things that are done, created, and touched by a human. So that is kind of what my opinion of it is of it. And I'm going to leave it there, and I am not going to go any further because, holy cow, I could be here all day. Realm is about to close. Ooh, do I have time? I might have time to do this probably faster. But can we do a hot dog to AI wiki speed run? I'm gonna say no. But that being said, I encourage you to do it because holy cow, doing Wikipedia speedruns is the most exciting thing I think I've ever done. I absolutely love doing that. I love doing it of either speed or doing it in the least amount of clicks. I think doing either one of those is a lot of fun. For those that aren't familiar, basically there's a whole thing that you can do where your goal is to start at one Wikipedia page and then to make it to a certain other page by only navigating through the links inside of that Wikipedia page. It's pretty exciting. You also learn about so many random facts when you do it. Well, actually, not really, because you're skim reading everything and just looking for the blue hyperlinks. You're not actually really reading information, but every once in a while you kind of learn some random fun facts. Here's your random fun fact of the day. Oh, hey, an ST. The closest star is approximately 4.25 light years away, which is right around 25 trillion miles away. That is your fun fact of the day. Now you know. Okay, is this actually any decent? I'm trying to remember if this is a wizard set or a sorcerer set. I think it's a sorcerer set. So shots boomerang, interesting. Is that a... It is not an enchantment. Okay. So it's giving me 4 speed from enchantment. It's increasing defense, which could be 0 defense. Fire rate of 150%. It does pierce and go through obstacles. That actually seems fairly decent. I mean, the only thing is the fact that it's a its minimum damage is half of what the minimum damage of a T11 is. With 150 fire rate, most likely makes up for that. Huh. I might have to do some testing on that. This, I mean, it also has almost 2 full tiles shorter range. I don't know. I'll use this for now. I'll see how I like it. The fact that the shot's boomerang honestly makes hitting things a lot easier. I guess with how fast it's moving, though, not really. Okay. The AI rant is low-key valid and true. Agree, I do. Very, very do. You do. Okay. All right, Baggy. I see you're still, your head's still over there. Yeah, that is a debate that I have gone on for hours with several of my friends and coworkers. So I've had the debate many, many times. I don't have a desire to do it again right now. One other thing I will say though is creativity. Creativity is something that is going to diminish more and more in future generations because AI is going to be doing a lot of the creative thinking for them. I'm going to leave that there. I'm not going to get any further into that because I will be here. I will be here all day. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to shut up. We're gonna play some Realm of Mad God. Why are we only have 30 people, but our DPS is actually crazy. Random fun fact of the day. Did you know that E-Man is bald? What a fun fact. Sad fact. You down me like that, man. What the heck? Nothing! Not even a defense? I still had 8 defense. You gonna give me a pee bag? So sad. Alright, give me nothing again? That's so rude. No, not even a pee bag from either of the statues. That's insulting. Alright, that is what it is. I'll just get double defense from Oryx. I'll get double defense and double attack. I want a freaking scepter. I'm tired of having T3. Is your hair like Velcro? Yeah. So I wear a wig, but I don't just put the wig on because I have Velcro super glued onto my bald head, so that way my wig does not get blown away in the wind. So I can just Velcro my wig on and off as I need it. Now that my secret's out, might as well just embrace being bald. Alright, give me a scepter, please. I do not request, I demand it, Mr. Oryx. That is not a scepter. Alright, how about Oryx 2? Also, yeah, don't ask why we kill that Oryx, and then there's another Oryx. And then if we kill this Oryx, there is actually technically a third Oryx. I don't know why we need to kill him 3 times for him to die, but he does, so. I remember way back when just trying to get to the boss here was so scary. Oh, I slowed and sickened. That's actually not pleasant. Hold on. I dropped down there to orange twice. If I did not spam my HP pots, I think I actually would have died. Yeah, we talking about how it used to be scary, but it's not scary anymore. You know what? It is scary. I just apparently have desensitized myself to it. And I remember way back in my day, this fight actually used to be crazy easy. You didn't have these in-between phases. Oh, that guy had a skill issue. And you could just get... He also had a skill issue. Stop having skill issues, people. You could just sit there and just keep him stunned the entire time and basically stand right next to him, not have to worry about anything. Now there's in-between phases. We have to dodge. I am not being very successful at dodging right now. Holy cow. Got down to below 200 HP. That's a skill issue. I would be down for an O3 group with this party though. Our DPS is kind of crazy. Also, with the new Necromancer rework, I need them to add something I can turn down the opacity of the new minions, because holy cow, that is so annoying. T6 dexterity ring? No way! A couple of pots. No scepter. Is that T6? Oh, it's T5. I'm gonna be stuck with the T3 scepter for literally my entire playthrough. This is ridiculous. Okay, well, no O3. Yeah. You want to go play some more Blade and Sorcery? Pretty fun to come back to every once in a while. I played it just a couple weeks ago, but I still have not actually done this story like at all. So I was thinking I might stream the story, or the campaign. Sorry, not the story. So I think I might do that. But because yeah, it is a really fun game. I do absolutely love that. Love that game. Why were you gone? Was it something with the Velcro? Yeah, that was the reason why I disappeared for a year. Was I was trying to see a lot of people try and get hair transplants. I was trying to get the Velcro transplant, so that way I could actually have my wigs. That is the reason I was gone for so long. Anyone want to do an ocean trench? I don't know why I really want to do an ocean trench. There's anything I can get from it. Mana. How many people in here? One! A equally horrible sorcerer. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna say bye-bye to that. Alright, well, I still need one more mana. I was working on the manners before the puppets, but somehow I completed the puppets before the manners. Okay. I need to get back up to Haunted Hollows, which is either one up from here or two up from here. I don't remember. Currently, oh, this is the Haunted Hollows. This is what I said I wanted, but this is not what I wanted. I want the Dead Church, not the Haunted Hollows. I think the Dead Church is that direction. Right. Let me kill this son of a gun real quick. Get a free pot. Maybe a scepter. Cough, cough, wink, wink. Excuse me, sir. Would you like to drop me a scepter? Nope, you just want to give me a legendary T9 stat. Okay, fine then. Be rude. Hot dog, fast food, self-service, Amazon, artificial intelligence. Is that is that the series of rants that we've gone on today? I mean, honestly, that's probably one of the bigger things. Oh, hey, there's the manor that I did. It's one of the things that I miss the most about that first 100 runs of Golden Trophy thing that I did. Was all of the really weird rants that you all got me to go on. Like, hands down, most favorite part of that stream, and which is still one of my highlights of doing anything live. I suppose I could, now that, no, I'm probably never going to be going back to Rec Room, I could say this, or I could tell you all of some of my old plans. I was planning on last summer doing, or sorry, not last summer, last spring, so almost a full year ago at this point, of doing 500 runs of Golden Trophy. I'm doing it in 5 days. So to try and break the 400 record that I had. I decided not to. There's a multitude of different reasons, but main of which I just kind of got busy. But it was a possibility for a while. I was close enough, but no, but that was hot dog to AI in Wikipedia. Okay. I guess it's true. We didn't talk about Amazon. There's 750 feet power. Sure, why not? Alright, once I do this, I'm going to go back to the Nexus. I need to go actually claim all those missions and then find out where the next ones are going to be. So hopefully we're getting to the point where it's actually going to be dungeons that I will casually be doing anyways. will be a little bit harder instead of all these stupid ones, but I guess I still need 4 haunted cemeteries. Which I guess I am going to be doing a lot of cemeteries anyways, because my eyes have been opened up to how good the upgraded amulet is. It's basically a get-out-of-jail-free card for a character death. Or I should say, most character deaths. Take a really big hit, it's not going to help you, but it can help you from shotguns. But, alright, I'm going to go claim some stuff. I can also do a DPS comparison between those. Alright, missions. That is a lot of missions to claim. Yoink. Yoink. Claim that. Any items or just XP? What is Adventurer's Arsenal? What does that give me? A bunch of useless stuff. Useless. I will take Ocean Mana, because I was low on my soul bones. Alright. So now I need to do Parasite or Reef. Which I have a Reef key, so if I could get somebody to help me with that, I could do that pretty easily in under 4 minutes. 4 haunted cemeteries, which is what gets me this direction, which I am going to want to do. Oh yeah, because this is what gets me the ocean expansion and the vault expansion. So yeah, I should probably focus on that pretty soon. And then... So that's just general difficulty. This doesn't really lead to anything I care about. Neither does that. Where does Crucible take me? Citadel, Parasite, Shatters. I still can't really do Shatters consistently. I despise them. So yeah, none of these, I don't really care about any of these. They're all kind of garbage. I'm already level 43 with the Season Pass. It started yesterday. That's embarrassing. Okay. DBS check. That was the other thing I was gonna do. Can I do a Velcro reveal? You know what? Sure. If you're part of the Discord, I will do a Velcro reveal after the stream. Someone's gonna have to remind me though, because I am not going to remember. Alright, let me try it with the 0 defense target here. See what I get. And we'll do the 50 defense. Let's see. Alright, so we've got just shy of 10k. See what this gets me. I'm gonna guess it's actually gonna be like 12, 13k. Oh, okay. Not actually that much higher. Just a little over 11. So slightly better. Let's try it on the defense. Defense. Sure. I mean, it's gonna reduce the so just shy of 9,000. It's going to reduce the gap, but it's still going to be slightly higher. We should be. I don't know why I right-clicked that. It's going to skew the numbers a little bit. Whoops. Oh, yeah. Yeah, slightly better. Okay, so yeah, this is technically slightly better, but if I get a better enchanted, like T12, I'll probably immediately swap it out. But for now, I'll use this, which means I can drop that. Let me go feed these two. Why is it so delayed? Well, so there's a delay between when you see, between what you're seeing happens, and then there's the delay between when what you actually type actually gets to me, so I can read it, and then the biggest delay is the fact that I don't see it and don't respond for like 4 minutes. That is the biggest reason. I feel like there is some games that makes it feel impossible to try out from so many new things being added. It's like you have to be an OG player to understand everything. That is, I mean, yeah, that's definitely, it's applicable to a lot of games for sure. Some games, oh hey, how many people are in this? Some games do a really good job at preserving that new player experience, but there's one person. You can have fun, Mr. Necromancer. I'm gonna leave you to that. Yeah, but there's especially with MMORPGs, a lot of those styles of games, it becomes really hard to preserve that new player experience. But all right, I'm gonna go until I'm gonna go until I complete these 4 haunted cemeteries, and then I'm gonna hop off. Before I hop off, I need to feed my pet, and we're going to do the quote-unquote loot box opening. Or if we do, we'll do those things before I wrap up, but... Haunted Cemeteries first. What is over here? Is probably an event boss. I need Haunted Hollows. That is what I need. I'm going to say call cemeteries because I don't want to pay for all these myself. What are you? What is this? It's an event. Should I? Can I touch that fire? Is the fire scary? I'm kind of scared of this. Just 4 little weak minions standing around a fire? That doesn't seem normal. Alright, I can basically just run around because I'm just looking for the Headless Horsemen's. I don't really care about anything else. There's another one! Why are these here? What do you have to offer me? Don't leave us again? I won't disappear for a year, I promise. I'm thinking I'm probably going to try... I was going to say twice a week, but I'm going to say once a week. I'm going to set the expectations a little bit lower. I'm going to try and do... It's another T3, guys. A once a week stream, and I'm going to try and do it for at least 2 months. I think is what I'm going to aim. I'm going to do 2 months. I'll see how much I'm enjoying it, and then I'll reassess whether or not I want to keep going. So that is not my guarantee, but that is my hope. So hopefully that I can actually keep up with that. But yeah, I mean, I kind of liked just being able to play Realm and stream because, I mean, I know I was talking about earlier how you have to like lock in when you play this game and you have to really focus, but I definitely zone out a fair amount when I'm playing and just have spikes of adrenaline when something scary happens. So I kind of like the fact that I can just relax a little bit and just kind of sit and chat, answer questions, go on rants. I like it. So, I don't know. I think I'll see how I enjoy the streaming VR stuff again, but I might do like a 50-50 of I'll do one stream of this or maybe another just PC game, and then next week do a VR stream. But Avestra, for your reference, I think I'm going to try and do Ancient Dungeon next stream. I will let you know the date that I will aim that for. Probably early next week, like either Monday or Tuesday would be my best guess, around the same time. So most likely that's when I will aim for the thing. Did anything happen with The Witcher 3? I killed the first griffin, which I think is I think I did mention that like the last time you asked me a year ago, and I have not picked it up since. It's still a game that like I want to play. I just have not picked it up. I don't. Okay, this guy called the summons right. Whoops, almost missed it. So I genuinely don't know why I don't play it, because I like it, or I like the little bit of I played of it, and it seems like the game I would like. So I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I think the main thing is just it seems like a lot, and I don't want to pick up a new game that I have to put that much time into, because if I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna play it all the way to completion. So there's a fair amount of games that I own right now that I've picked up on sales that I have not played. I've just been sitting and waiting for. Like there's one of the other Assassin's Creed. I think it's Assassin's Creed Origins. No, it's not Origins. I think it was whichever one was before Valhalla. That's another game that I've really wanted to play, but I still haven't, because I don't want to get into it just yet. I want to embark on that. What's another one? I still need to finish Baldur's Gate. I never actually finished that. Hogwarts Legacy. That was the other one. I'm not like a huge Hogwarts or Harry Potter fan, but I do really enjoy it. And yeah, I picked up Legacy for like $5 on a sale, and I still have to play that one too. That's another one I'm really excited about. No, a couple of the different Lego games. I mean, I'm not really excited for those. I picked them up because I think I got each one for like $2 or something. So yeah, there's what I've been. Oh, blue bag. That's weird. What I've been averaging seems to be every year I pick up one new game, and the rest of the year I revisit old games like Realm or Terraria or stuff like that. So, well, if you ever do play it and then feel like playing the first or second one, don't. Really, I've had a couple of my friends that actually really enjoyed I don't remember which ones it was. I think it was the first one. But yeah, they actually really enjoyed it. And they loved the third Witcher game. So I don't know, man. If your opinion is don't play it, then maybe I just gotta stay away. Ah. I'm trying to read the next message that Avestra sent, but I'm sitting here in the middle of the end boss fight of this dungeon. No, hold on, I got this. I can multitask. Hogwarts Legacy was free on Epic Games, and you played for like 40 hours and then moved on. Ah, I did it! I multitasked! One of the things that intrigued me about Hogwarts Legacy is apparently it has a VR mod. I don't know if it's any decent, but I would be intrigued to at least try it. Because it does sound like a little bit of fun. But yeah, I mean, I'm not planning on. I don't think Hogwarts Legacy will be the game where like I'm gonna get super invested in it and want to 100% it. But I'll probably play it to the end of the story. No key. What if I pop this here? Are people gonna join me? I probably should just pop that in a round. That was stupid. Maybe I can get enough people though that we can do another sub 4 minutes. Nope, no one's gonna join me. I'm all by myself. Oh, I got one person. It is a trickster that's doing a divine only, and so he has a. Oh, he left. Okay. I'm not gonna bother. But Baggy, you said my opinion of you will change based on your opinion. So my opinion of things changes your opinion of me. I feel like that's kind of normal. But I'm glad you came to this realization. Good for you, I guess. Well, you want a sticker? Oh, sorry. I didn't see the message before that. That makes more sense. You said thoughts on funk music. For some reason I can tell you why. I've started listening to a little bit more like pop country recently. Reason being is I had a country, like half pop, half country song that came into my recommended that I listened to, that I enjoyed. And I thought one of my friends would really enjoy it, so I sent it to him. And then YouTube took that as a signal of the fact that I wanted to listen to nothing but pop country for the rest of existence. So I have been stuck in a pop country loop for last like 3-4 weeks at this point, and I've been slowly able to get to break myself out of it. But so I've been listening to a lot of that recently, which I've kind of enjoyed. It's been a nice break from some of the typical stuff that I listen to, but I can't say that I listen to much funk music. I mean, the little bit that I've listened to has been okay. Something I was kind of pissed about is there was a couple of songs that I found that I really enjoyed. I was like, oh, these are like really good, like just jam out songs. Like, you know, if you're playing Realm and you're doing a really hard dungeon and you just want to jam out and put the head down and just go crazy. And I was like, these are some good songs for that. They were AI generated. I was kind of pissed when I found that out. I was like, I don't want to support the AI music yet. As I'm maybe at some point, once it takes over the entire industry, then I'll reassess of the, you know, is it worth it to listen to some AI music? I'm gonna try to listen to human-made stuff for as long as I can though, before it becomes indistinguishable. But yeah, I was kind of mad when it was AI, because I was like, all right, cool. Guess I'm never gonna listen to these 3 songs again. You'll take a sticker? All right, I'll see what I can dig up here. If you check the Discord, I'll see if I can send a sticker your direction. AI bangers. It's kind of unfortunate how good they are. This was a conversation I was having with one of my friends that I debate AI stuff with. But like if you know what you're looking for, you can pretty easily pick up on when music is AI generated. It's definitely harder to spot than like AI images, but you can definitely you can pick it out. The problem is that so much of modern music has become computer modified, where you have like crazy amount of autotune, or you have just like computer generated sound instead of it coming from instruments, that make it where the AI can make those sounds fairly realistically, and it, you know, it can't emulate a perfect, like crystal clear human voice, but it can create a very good, you know, distorted human voice that, you know, is very normal for different genres. So yeah, certain genres definitely, they get AI music. It's pretty dang hard to tell apart. But again, like I said, I'm gonna try to support human-made music for as long as I can tell the difference. I'm gonna start ranting about AI again. I gotta stop. I don't want to. Not now. I still have 3 more haunted cemeteries to make it through. Oh, this is also... I keep getting distracted from haunted cemeteries. I'm doing parasites now. There's a scepter that drops here that I do want, however, so it's not a waste of time. It's just a sidetrack mission. Doesn't mean I'm going to be here for longer. You once loved a song that you heard, but doubted a small portion of the vocals. Check the profile. Hit the artist and cried. That is unfortunate. See, the biggest problem that I have right now is people trying to pass AI stuff. I'm talking about AI again. Is trying to pass AI stuff off of as human-made. So like if people, like, in nowhere of the description of the songs or the videos, the images or whatever, they don't say it's AI, that to me is an immediate red flag, and I'm like, all right, come on, really? And so like with the music that I was listening to that I didn't know was AI generated for a time, nowhere in the description, nowhere in the title, none of it said that it was AI. But in the comments of where other people was noting that it was AI, he wasn't disputing the facts, and he was kind of being like, he didn't say like, oh yeah, it was AI, you know, thank you for noticing or whatever, but he would contribute to the conversations of the ethnicity of, not ethnicity, goodness, what is the word I'm looking for? It starts with an E. Ethical implications of AI music. And so yeah, like that was, I was like, okay, so at least he's not trying to say that it's human music, but he's also not like broadcasting the fact that it's AI music. So that definitely gets under my nerves a little bit. I think if you're doing stuff with AI, to a certain degree, I think it's fine. I don't think it's necessarily bad. There's a lot of bad things you can do with it. But you should definitely advertise it of the fact of like, hey, this is AI generated. But so many people, they just want the clicks. They want the views and the money. They don't care about the the ethnicity, as I said, of making AI stuff. But remember, you spent like 20 minutes with one song on repeat trying to figure out if it's AI. The best thing that I can recommend is to be able to learn if stuff is AI music or not, is go generate some AI music. Just go to one of the free sites. You can just generate a couple of songs, and you will very quickly then pick up what is wrong with it. That is the best thing that I learned, to be able to pick those out. But I mean, the very tiny bit that I messed around with, it was actually like really neat being able to, as someone who does not have much musical talent, to be able to like come up with some lyrics and put it into a generator and have a pretty decent song just immediately come out of it. Like that was kind of cool. Like I definitely see that being like a pretty nifty thing to be able to do. Which is unfortunate. I wish it wasn't as cool as it was. So this guy, he makes you say ready in order to start the next wave. And I was doing some testing with the buddy that I play this game with, and if you put any other letters into when you say ready, it doesn't activate, but you can put any like numbers or punctuation into it, and he'll still activate it. So I just think it's really funny to say ready with the question mark, because it's like, ready? Like, what do you mean ready? And then the boss is like, oh, you're ready? Let's spawn some enemies. So now every single time I gotta say ready with the question mark. Alright, this is half of the cemeteries that I need to do. Wait, this is not even done yet. So I need to do 2 more. Another attack potion. How am I doing? I am 2 attack away, 4 defense, 4 dex. That's the ones that are close. Okay. Oh, gosh darn it! My fingers were over 1 on the keyboard, and I accidentally nexused. That's frustrating. Alright, never mind. I still need 3 cemetery. We're gonna be here all day. Oh, hey, look! Oh, cemetery. This could have been the 3rd one, though. Didn't have to be the 2nd. I need friends. I want this to go faster. Please. Join me, friends. Join me. Join me in my adventures of a haunted cemetery. Alright, I think I got two friends. Maybe? Got load? I got 3 friends. Hi. All pretty garbage. I mean, I'm not one to talk. I would not say no to an amulet restoration though. Because I'm gonna be doing spectral penitentiaries for the Exalt anyways, so I can get the upgrade token. I'm just saying, if I got like a legendary or a divine amulet, I wouldn't say no to that. That is neither of those things. That is a speed potion and a wisdom potion. Just need 6 of each of those. It was interesting to walk down memory lane of how things have changed in this game over the years. Like, this dungeon used to be not entirely different, but drastically different, and probably 3 times as long to complete. The inspiration bard buff is like the normal wand range. Bard is a class I still don't know why they really put it in. Like, we didn't need another bow class. We didn't need another robe class. Like, yeah, having the buff to shoot slightly further is nice, but it's not that good. I guess I also don't play with melee, so melee classes definitely benefit from it a lot more. Also, I want to complain about something real quick. So with the 3D modeling that I've been doing, I've enjoyed the modeling aspect of it, because it's been a learning process, but there are a lot of similarities that came from it, from all the work that I did with Rec Room 3D modeling into Blender 3D modeling. A lot of skills that transferred over. So that I did really enjoy. I enjoyed the learning process. I enjoy still doing it. Texturing though, oh my gosh, I despise texturing. You have to get specific textures. Like, you can't just make something. You can't just like pull something off, like a image of a texture off the internet. You have to get what is called a PBR texture that actually has depth inside the texture instead of it just being colors. And trying to take that and then trying to teach the software of how you want the texture to lay on the item is through what is called UV editing, or UV something, I can't remember. But basically you have to take a 3D object and you have to tell the software where you want cuts in it to be, to then basically fold out that 3D object onto a 2D plane. And then once you do that, you can then use that to then the texture actually looks fine. Sometimes Sometimes the UV editing works perfectly fine. I understand how it works. It makes sense. Why am I in Sprite Forest? I understand how it works. And it goes perfectly fine. I'm like, all right, cool. If this is how I want the texture to lay, this is where I want the seam to be, this is where I have to create the cut, this is when I want to leave connected, and it's going to allow the texture to appear like this, and it works fine. And then some things, my brain cannot comprehend of how I'm supposed to make this 3D object 2D. And when I feel like I am doing the right thing, it just becomes the most bullcrap mess I have ever seen. Oh, Rip Juicy Fruit. I actually recognize that username. He spends a lot of time in the server. Oh, cemetery. And it's just this absolute mess. And I spend so long trying to fix it. And there's some things I've given up on. And I've had to just go work on other things. And then I have to come back to it later. And it pisses me off to no end. It is so frustrating. I absolutely despise it. It is a very necessary thing to do, which is unfortunate. But again, most of it's fine, but there's a couple of things that piss me off. I think I did find a way though where I can't make it look good like it's supposed to, but I can make it look good enough, which is like basically what I'm accepting for with those objects right now. But I know for a fact it's gonna bite me in the butt. In one day, I'm going to be modeling something that needs to be perfect because it's going to be close up or whatever, and I can't get the texture to lay right. I'm not going to understand how to do it because I didn't bother trying to figure out the other ones that were causing me pain. But it's real when he starts clapping while pronouncing words. Yeah, you're not wrong. There's a lot of things that I do that you can tell how invested I am in what I'm saying and how much mental energy is being poured into it. And that's one of the things. If I'm doing this when I'm saying things, like you know I'm into it. Oh gosh. Mr. G, welcome back. Give me an amulet. That is not known. Oh, I'm maxed on attack. Okay, that just maxed me on attack. I'm now 1-8, yay! I need 3 defense, 2 speed, 4 dexterity. Alright, we're getting there. Closed work due to bad weather. Bad weather? What you having bad weather for? You want good weather, not bad weather. You silly? Bad weather means no business. No business, you want good weather. No, I petrified. Oh, hey, spooters. This entire time we've not... Okay, I'm starting to think... Because every time I've had spiders on cemeteries, they don't seem to drop on the other enemies. It only seems to be able to drop from the zombies in the final room. And that's making me awfully suspicious that the spiders can't drop from the other enemies. I don't know. Was this the third or the fourth one? This is the third. Okay, we need one more. Give me an amulet. Pretty please. That is not an amulet. How's Realm Gods going? I don't think I've ever heard someone call this game Realm Gods, but Realm Gods is going good. I'm still alive, believe it or not. Character's still here. Random thing, you go skiing every Friday for school? For school? I wish I could go skiing for school. I gotta actually try and get out and go do some skiing this year. I've wanted to for the last few years. I just haven't gotten off my butt to go do it. I was talking about, I don't like to eat out because how expensive it is. I don't like going skiing because how expensive it is. But I'm gonna try and go a couple times this year. Because I went a few times when I was a kid, and I did really enjoy it. But isn't that what it's called? It's called the Realm of the Mad God. And the abbreviations that you typically call it is either Realm or Rotmeg. This is not horrible necromancer. Alright, I'll do it. Because actually, technically, I believe I can get the ST set, the rest of that set that I have for my wand from here. Actually, it's not a horrible thing to do. You tried skiing once? Pretty fun? I think skiing is actually very enjoyable. I mean, it's been years since I've done it, but I also rollerbladed a lot when I was a kid, and so skiing to me was a very natural turnover to that, of just like how you shift your weight on your feet and how you turn. So it came very naturally to me. So I think that was definitely part of the reason why I enjoyed it, because there wasn't a huge learning curve to it. So for people that haven't done it or haven't done anything similar, I think the learning curve definitely can be a bit of a turnoff. But I also went ice skating for the first time not too long ago, and I wasn't too surprised at how well my rollerblade. Oh, I don't like this situation. And how well my rollerblading experience translated over to that, but I was kind of surprised at the same time. There's some very key things that were different. Like the biggest thing of just feeling of like how little of surface area you have underneath your feet creates a very different feeling. But yeah, like I pretty much as soon as I got on the ice, I was just whipping around in circles. I was like, yeah, this makes sense. I can do this. Also, can we just talk about how sad it is that roller rinks are like almost no longer a thing anymore? I guarantee you most of the people here have never even been to a roller rink, or maybe haven't even heard of what a roller rink is before. Which is so sad. I think roller rinks are the greatest thing. I love them. I'm gonna make a comeback. I'm going to force roller rinks to make a comeback. I'm gonna buy out a warehouse. I'm gonna turn it into a roller rink. I'm gonna advertise every single billboard in the in a 100-mile radius. I'm gonna get everyone coming to this this roller rink. All right, Mr. Bossman. I don't think I've ever wanted the ST from you before. So I'm going to ask you this once. Could you, pretty please, give me one of the STs? I would not mind it. Just because all my other gear is horrible right now. It is not an ST. The chances I get a Oryx box, though. I don't need any more tech. Nope, 2 puppets. You've been to a roller rink? I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Roller rinks are incredible. The question is did you roller blade or did you roller skate? That's the real question. One of them is superior to the other. Spoiler alert, it's actually roller skating. Roller skating is a lot better than rollerblading. I just enjoy rollerblading a lot more. But you could never go skiing? I bet you you could. You may never leave the bunny hill, but I bet you could do it. Actually, G, you might fare better at snowboarding than skiing. I don't know. I also don't know how good your balance is. You've been to one too, though. You suck at roller skating. Yeah, maybe snowboarding is the way to do it then. All right, I need one more cemetery, and I've got 9% more to find it. Let me run full speed. Give me another horse. You drop cemetery? I don't think you drop cemetery. Skill issue. Also, I used to like feel bad for people when they died. You know, you get the graveyards or gravestones up there. It's like, oh, I'm sorry for your loss, man. And you spent a lot of hours on that character and you died. Not just like, skill issue. Because, I mean, I do the same thing when I die. Whenever I die now, I'm like, I'm bad. Play the game enough, you just desensitize yourself to it. So I was talking with my my buddy from I was playing with last night. We were talking about like trying to create more emotional investment in your characters so that when they died, there's a reason to feel bad. So we started naming our characters. Welcome cemetery. Yes, the last one I need. Which didn't work all that well because we both died and then we forgot what our characters' name were. So we were like, oh no, Gregory, Steven. They're dead now. Oh no. So sad. Alright, hold on. I need to catch up on a couple of chat messages here and I can see if I can multitask. Roller skating is so difficult. You're stinky at it. Well, Baggy, practice makes perfect. I probably rollerbladed for fairly consistently. By that, I mean, I'd go out around my neighborhood once every other week for a couple hours. I probably did that for like 6 months before I would consider where I got what I would consider half decent, to the point where I could like not fall. So it takes time. It takes time. It's definitely something that you have to learn by doing. You know how to roller skate and ski pretty good. See, I'm saying those skills translate over fairly well to each other, because I mean it's so similar how you shift your weight in order to turn and keep control of yourself. So yeah, I'm not surprised being good at one makes good at the other. Skiing is a ton of fun, with or without slopes. Are you talking about cross country skiing? Because I have not done much downhill skiing, but I have done a lot of cross-country skiing. I have cross-country skied probably over 500 miles in total, if I had to guess. Which I would say cross-country skiing is not fun. It is an exercise, and it can be fun with people. But I would never pay to go cross-country skiing just to go do it on my own for the heck of it. Like, I'd do it if I was going somewhere. Like, if I was doing it to go, get to a pretty cool spot on, over a clearing and go hang out and do that. Or if I was going with some buddies and we were doing it kind of as an adventure, I'd do it. But yeah, cross-country skiing, I would, if that is what you're referencing, Avestra, I would say I largely disagree. That being said, I have had some really fun times cross-country skiing with friends. But I would make the argument it was the friends, not the cross-country skiing, that made it fun. Slopes are better because you can go 100 miles an hour down a double black diamond and break your pinky toe. That seems like a story. Wow, a ring that I'm not even going to bother to pick up. Oh, hey, I'm maxed on speed. I'm not even going to bother to pick that up. That is 500 feet power. I do not want that. Right, you'd have to pay for it. It's anything American. I have access to some spots where I can do it. If I had the gear, if I didn't have to rent gear, I would be able to actually go do it. But again, I would only do it with people. All right, realm closed. I'm gonna do 02, 03 if it happens. I'm gonna do those last couple of things that I mentioned about, and then I am going to end the stream there. Friends make most things better. Most things. Keyword most. Not everything. Most. Do you need to invest in Canada free skiing? Canada's cool. I'm a fan of a lot of what Canada has to offer. There's definitely a fair amount of Canada that I am not a fan of. But there are a lot of things that intrigue me. I would not mind going for. No more going places, just investing in them. Exactly. See, why pay to a vacation to go to Europe or to go to Canada when you could instead just invest now and for the rest of your life for the low cost of your sanity and keeping up with your portfolio? Go whenever you dang well please. I tinkered around with some stock stuff. I'm not a fan of how engaged you have to be in that world to be effective at it. I mean, there's a lot of options, don't get me wrong, that are more long-term. In fact, you can just put money in there and just, let it sit for 20 years, but it is not stable. Not in the slightest. I also just have a very grim outlook at the future of the world, so I'm going for it. Does that max me on? That does max me on defense. Nice. I'm now 3-8. Look at that. We got to 3-8 in one stream. What do you know? I know to all of you that means absolutely nothing, but it means I'm not bad. That's what that means. Just invest in child labor? Okay, Ramen. Okay. I'll let you do that and then battle with the legal repercussions that come from that. I'll sit over here investing in my countries, thank you. Me and Baggy will split the cost of Canada together. Defense, not any bad. Alright, I'm fairly happy with my loadout here. I mean, I have, I would say equivalent of a T12 wand. I've got T12 armor. I've got a white bag ring. That's not very good, but I would say on par for like a T5 HP. I think that's divine. I mean, it actually is really nice. Gives me a bunch of enchantments. The one thing that I don't have is this freaking scepter. My T3 scepter sucks. Stocks are very risky. Stocks aren't risky if you know what you're doing and if you have a long-term mindset. Doing short-term mindset or just treating stocks as gambling, then yes, it is very risky. That's my 2 cents. I don't need attack, I don't need defense, and no scepter. Cool. I don't care for anything in that bag. Alright. Unless we do an 03, this is my last chance for loot. My last opportunity to actually get me a scepter. No, Baggy is one of the children working, so he has to go with it. Oh, okay. So, ooh, hold on. You're fine. So you're saying that Baggy is going to be hired for child labor, or is going to be invested in for child labor? I'm confused now. Either way, I don't agree with any of it. I want to make that very clear. Let's get a scepter. All right, G, you said it. Therefore, it is going to come into existence. The one time I did force you to play this game, you got a white bag in like the second dungeon that you ever did. You have luck in this game. You have passed it along to me, and I'm going to get myself a divine T6 scepter right now. I'm going to do the loopy-loops for luck. Loopy-loops for luck. Actually, I need to play the blood sacrifice. Do damage. Oh, I did damage. Oh, it wasn't before he died, though. I did not get my scepter. Gosh darn. Ah! Say T6 Waki, though. We got 03 on us by chance? Anyone? We've got a helm. We got a sword and a shield. We've got a shield and we've got a sword. Come on, let's end the stream on a bang. Let's do one of the hardest dungeons in the game. Come on, somebody's got a sword. Surely. Surely. Alright, well, also shield and helmet are no longer popping. Anyone? Please? Why is the music still going bizarre? And Orcs is dead. Alright, well, no 03 to end the stream. Alright. Well, gee, your luck means nothing, apparently. It did absolutely squat diddly for me. Alright, let's claim this. I'm going to feed stuff to my pet first, and then we'll open up all the boxes. I do want to check, what is this? Every self-respecting adventurer prepares before a journey to the Tinker craft a special chest, but when monsters ambush the delivery, the chests were scattered across the realm. What? I'm going to use this just to find out what the heck it is. Oh. You get a random item of one of these things. That's not horrible. I mean, this is horrible. That's horrible. That's not nice, but that's good. That's decent. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's real good. Okay. Yeah, okay. You know what? I'm a gambling man. We're going again. It's a loot drop potion. Cool. Alright. I need to switch to my non-seasonal account. Nice, Ramen. Nice, congrats getting to 1K. You still working on consistently uploading stuff, or have you stopped? What are you, what is your, current, what is the word I'm looking for? Level of interest with making YouTube stuff. That is what I was looking for. All right, we have Ninja with the 3 backpack slots. I'm going to take the most feed power items that I have, and I'm going to feed all of these to my pet at the exact same time. I know nobody here has any idea of what exactly this means. But trust me when I say this is a lot of very high tier stuff. Actually, this is still going to be highest. If I do that. French toast, ambrosia droplets. Perfect. All right, I've got 3 inventories full of feed power items. Okay, so I'm going to explain this just a little bit. I talked about this towards the start of the stream for the couple people that were here at that point. But so this pet lasts between characters. I have this pet, which is legendary, which is maxed out in all 3 statistics. It took me around 1,800 hours of gameplay to be able to get. And it takes around 750,000 feed power to get from level 0 to where I am now. I am trying to max a second pet so that I can fuse it with this one to then create the next level up, which is Divine, which is this Jalapeno. This Jalapeno is also legendary. He's maxed on the first stat. The second stat is almost maxed. Bottom stat is only level 75 at a level 90. All of these items that I just got was saved over probably like 2 seasons of some of the more rare stuff that you can get. Again, I don't spend pretty much any money on this game, so me getting some of these really high stuff is very hard to come by. But if I go ahead and if I select all of these and I feed all of it, see how much feed power that is. I think my record of 1 feed power trip before was around 50k. This is, dude, this is 1 feed power too many. You gotta be kidding me. It's almost 69,420, but instead it's 69,421. No. Oh, that's so sad. I got to take a screenshot of that. That's hilarious. It was 1 away from being perfect. From being so perfect. Oh my gosh, dude. So yeah, so for reference, all of this, which is crazy amount of work, is getting me 3 levels on this bottom ability. It's going from level 75 to level 78, and it only gets harder and harder every level that you level up for that max one, or that bottom one. 15,000 fame to feed 60,000 feed power. Wow, look at all that. It's so close. It's so close. Wow. Just like that. All right, now we get to the fun stuff. Okay, so these stuff down, where is it? These down here. So these are quest chests. So quest chests you can get by completing chests or by just completing milestones inside of the season passes. So I've picked up quite a few of these. These are the common ones that are kind of the most useless. These are just a little bit better. And then these are the best ones, but they are specific to certain dungeons. So they only give certain dungeon loot. Most of the ones that I claimed was for the Shatters dungeon, which is the dungeon that I have the hardest time completing and have not completed very many of. So we're going to open up all of these. What character do I want to do it on? Because I'm going to get a fair amount of fame from this. Or I could do it on the Kensai. Kensai might actually be best. Because I seem to have a really hard time actually keeping a Kensai alive. I'm gonna do it on the Kensai. Alright. So, if I load in, excuse me, game. Double load now, please. Thank you. Alright. I do have a loot drop bonus going right now. I'm going to put this in here. I'm just going to swap this out for a T14 so it's more consistent. Does this pierce? It does pierce. Alright, I can use that to damage some of the chests. Alright, I'm going to open up all of the really bad ones first. And then we'll go from there. Alright. I like doing these in a line if I can. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Alright, let me see if I can damage all these. That was not a straight line. Let me try it from this end. Yeah. That was bigger. Alright, let's just break them all. Yeah! No white bags. Unfortunate. Anything decent? We've just got... Oh, I forgot I can do this. Oh, that is so much stuff. Okay, that's not better. Hold on. Oh, I got a Sprite Wand in there. No way. T5 HP ring. That's kind of garbage. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Oh, another Sprite Wand. Let's go. An ink. I will take an ink. Can never have too many of those. Actually, you can. And nothing good. All right, cool. That was incredibly useless. Let's throw the ink in there. This collection. All right. Let me now do... I have the Lucky Rats. I think I'm going to save the Lucky Rats for these. Let me do all of this ones first. And then I'll do all of the non-shatter ones after that. I do have... I think they're actually down here. Somewhere. Somewhere. There they are. Okay, so what chests can these be? So they can be any of the epic ones. Okay. So I'll open that for the next set that I do. Alright. So for right now, we want all of the purple ones. And break. Give me something. Give me... Ooh, it's a double white bag. I mean, it's probably just one white bag. 2 separate bags. It's a leaf bow. It's an unenchanted leaf bow. Great. Feed power, I guess. Nothing good. There is a... Ooh. Oh, that's T5. I don't know why I grabbed that then. Don't care about that. Getting something to... Speed Sprout! There is an unenchanted T6 UBHP. I will take that because I can give that to my friend. I'm going to take these life pots. Another ink. Let's take this. Alright. Nothing else was really good. Alright, I'm just not really getting much stuff that's enchanted, which is kind of sad. I do have a fair amount of pot space in here. I can just put those. Eat that speed sprout. Another ink. I'll put the BHP in here. And the leaf bow. Okay. So now we're going to do all of the non-shatter ones. So we want those. We want this one, and this one, and this one, and that one, and that one, and that one. And then we want to grab all the ones that are the randoms. Sure, way down here. Somewhere. I passed it. Ooh, perfect amount of inventory space. Let's go. Alright. We got another cultist one. We've got a spectral one. Another spectral one. It's probably the one I care the least about. Ooh, got a royal chest. I'll open that with this bunch, because why not? Actually, no, I won't. I changed my mind. Another void, another spectral, and another royal. Nice. Alright. Do I use a loot rat on these? No, because I don't really care about white bags from any of these. Alright, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What an array of chests. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can damage these a little bit. Oh, holy white bags, dude. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to start picking these up so I can actually see my way through all of this. Another ink, T13. I'm gonna take that. A Nile, nice. Ooh, nice. That's actually really good. Oh, I got another one? I got 2? That's actually hilarious. I think that, yeah, that was the other white bag. Nothing in it. Okay. Another ink. How many inks do I need? T13. I'm actually not going to take it because it's not enchanted. Nothing. Oh, feed power? No, it's only 650. Alright. 2 of these is quite nifty because that actually lets you make the upgrade for the this guy, Amulet of Restoration. So after learning just how good this is, I've been converted to definitely wanting to use it. It is awfully nice to have these. The fact that I got 2 is hilarious. I'm gonna double check I'm not missing anything in that. Can't see the back one. Okay, no, I got everything. Let's just take the life pots from here. We'll dump everything in there. Alright, so I don't need all these inks. I'm gonna drop it. This can go in here. I'll take the, I mean, that's uncommon T13 is not that good, but I'll take it for now. I'm giving it to my friend at the very least. Alright, so now, these are the ones that I do actually quite care about getting the white bags for, because there's a couple of items that I would really appreciate having. So I'm going to use the loot rat on these. Man, I have a lot of these. Look how complicated this game is. I'm not even doing anything right now, gee. I should be able to place all of these and then still get the loot rat. Actually, where is the loot rat? Let me get the loot rat out and into that chest. There it is. Loot rat. Oh yeah. Alright. I'm gonna go full lineup. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Run back down here. Grab the rest of them. Take that. Go with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just damage some of these. Alright, I'm gonna go for it. Nope, let's see a few white bags. I definitely didn't get rat in all of them, but oh my gosh, there's... Alright, maybe doing all of them at once was a mistake. I can't get to all of this stuff in time. I don't know what you is. Oh, I want that helmet. I want that. Alright, there's the helmet. Let's see. Twilight robe. I don't know what that is. Evidently, that is a white bag that exists that I was not aware of. Oh, there's another one in one of these. There it is. Ooh, Legend or Divine T14. Don't mind if I do. Another bracer? Yeah, sure. Let's have another bracer. Right. There's one blue bag. Everything else is red bags. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. What, did I not? I did pick up that white bag. We're good. Ooh, I will take a legendary T6 seal. Actually, in hindsight, I should have done the red bags first, because they're going to disappear before the white bags. And ink, don't care. Don't care. Oh, there is that, which I can use for feed power. Alright, I don't think I'm missing anything. There's so many items. Oh my gosh. I'm just looking for, like, divines. There's the Divine T13 dual daggers, which I don't want. I'm not seeing any more white bags or anything. Do red bags last as long as white bags? Oh, wait, I think I see a ST. Yeah, there it is. I don't know how I spotted that, honestly. Oh, there goes the red bags. Last chance. Make sure I have everything. Yeah, I'm fairly confident I got everything that I wanted. All right, yeah. Well, so red bags last as long as white bags. Crazy. All right. Question is, how much fame did I get from that? Didn't I have like 5,000 fame? I got like 2,000 fame just from opening boxes, dude. All right, that I just picked up because I was panicking. This I do want. Do I have a T6 seal in here? I do not have a T6 seal. The paladin that I have, I believe believe has a T6 steel, so it'd be nice to have a legendary one. Cataclysm, I don't think I have one of these yet. Pretty certain I don't. It'd be nice to have. This, I didn't even know you could get. So there's a leather armor. Gives you armored while in combat. That's kind of nifty. It's a vitality build. I'll keep this for Forge, and I'll use that because it's rare. This, I think I have one warrior that's not a PP that I can use this on, which might be nice. And then I got almost all of the ST set. The only thing I'm missing is the spell. Which I might have the spell somewhere in one of my characters. I don't know. Either way, I'll hang on to him. And then the Divine T13 robe. It's kind of nice, kind of nice. And then another bracer, which I have so many of those, and they're not even that good. But all right, that was something. That was something different. The different inventories that you're looking through, and then also the fighting. Well, okay, so the inventories, G, just for reference, that was like 2+ seasons of saving up of items all opened up at the exact same time. So most normal people would open them when they get them. I did not. Because I like doing it all at once. I find that fun. All right, but yeah, I think that's where we'll go ahead. We'll end things for tonight, or today. Like I said, I'll plan on doing like 1 stream a week for about 2 months before I'll then reassess. But I had fun. I'm glad that I did this. I'm glad that I was able to kind of catch up with a lot of you all as well. I know we shoot a message every once in a while on the Discord, but that's not really catching up. But yeah, all right. So adios. Yeah, I'll probably do Ancient Dungeon next time. So keep your eyes out for that. It'll probably be early week next week, like Monday, Tuesday, something of the sorts. But no promises. I don't have anything set in stone. So, but thanks for swinging around. I'll hopefully catch you in the next one. Bye, Ramen. Don't call me father. You can call me E-Man, but do not call me father. But goodbye, Ramen. I'm glad that you got home safe today. All right, bye bye now, bye bye.